the now and here. Gaming tales you need to hear. Laugh and shout and sometimes sneer. Memories from all those years. Console wars and secret tips. Tips and tricks from pixel trips. News that pours from gaming sips. Critical minds and candid lips. And Generation X Gaming Show. Tune in where the thoughts flow. Rant and rave with words that glow. Weekly stories make them go.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another day, another week, another episode of Generation X Gaming, the weekly podcast that goes over a few of the top stories from the past week, and we rant along the way. I'm 30 and still gaming, and joining me each and every single week is Sgt Mclusky. What's going on, bro?
It's been a clusterfuck of a week. I know that.
It's always something. Your microphone sounds weird all of a sudden. It didn't sound weird before the show.
What kind of weird?
And maybe it was because you got up too close. I think we're good. What's going on, chat? How's everyone doing? Generation X Gaming, a weekly podcast that goes over a few of the top stories of the past week, and we rant the wrong way. This is the first episode after 500, Sarge. We guys got another 499 to go to get to 1,000.
We just do a countdown now. we don't count up. We count backwards.
Yeah, we go backwards. We're back down to 499. Maybe we'll do that.
Oh yeah, that coffee is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On today's show, Sarge, we got lots of stuff to talk about. The title is called Rockstar Needs a Plumber. There's a lot of leaks going on. A lot of leaks going on with GTA. So we'll talk about that. We're going to talk about Sony might be canceling another live service game, but they're reworking it. We're going to talk about that as well. We're going to talk about Take-Two might be entertaining a brand new AAA field after GTA 6 reports say. We're going to talk about Star Citizen. Star Citizen had a really, really weird and strange stream that went on, so we'll talk about that as well. We're going to talk about Microsoft is cutting ties with Circana, so we'll talk about that as well. We're going to talk about, let's see, I'm trying to find the other one that we're talking about. We're going to talk about Columbia House, Sarge. Columbia House. That's right. They announced that the end of mail orders music club is done. You're like, wait a minute, they're still around? I didn't know they were still around. So
they must have been doing it in like Utah and Arizona or something, because the rest of the country already went through that phase.
Yeah, I don't know. The biggest story that we're going to be talking about is the GTA stuff. Is that when we get to it? Just leaks. Now, I haven't been following it myself. As I said earlier in the show this week, Jez Gordon was talking about is negativity more happening because of the algorithms and stuff, and my algorithm is clean. So I don't really, the only reason I know about the leaks is because chat has posted them inside of Discord and stuff. I watched the first one. I didn't watch the second one. But I would assume if you're clicking on that, you're constantly going to get more stuff going, oh, this is a leak, that's a leak. And so we'll talk about that. How's it going, chat? Everyone doing good? Everyone had a good week? This is our Friday, basically, right? This weekend, you doing anything exciting, Sarge? I know what you're doing this weekend because you're coming up here. So
I was told. Yeah.
My son, his nephew's birthday is his birthday week, so he's coming up, and we're all hanging out. That's always a good time. So we're hanging out at Margaritaville, the hotel chain thing, whatever. It's gonna be fun. Lazy rivers, water parks.
Yeah, I just need a waterproof headset is what I need. Like that's why I miss the really small iPods that we used to have. The ones that had no moving parts at all. That if you went into the water, nothing happened. Like the stick of gum was my favorite, my all-time favorite. If I could find another one of those,
headphones. You're talking about the shuffle.
Yeah, the stick of gum. Like that was the best ever. I jumped in a pool with it. Nothing happened to it. Like that's what I'm looking for.
There's nothing to ruin. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I need for the lazy river. That's what I need for the lazy river.
I'm trying to think what else. Oh, tomorrow. I guess we'll go into what we've been playing. Let's go into what we've been playing. All right, Sarge. It's been another week since last week. What have you been playing?
I finished up the GTA Definitive Edition.
All games?
Yeah, I finished it.
It's like 3 weeks.
Yeah, it doesn't take that long. It doesn't take that long. Well, in the beginning, it takes a little time because you have to remember. I'm like, okay, so remember, I played it in chronological order.
Did you just beat the story, or did you do like 100% the game?
I probably like 80% of the games. They're close.
Okay,
they're close.
Someone do the math on that. How many hours did Sarge put in? If he put 80% of each game, that's
I mean
the one
that has the most City. The one that has the most hidden shit is San Andreas. And I didn't go looking for all the girlfriends.
Oh wait, no, you played Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas.
Yeah, Vice City first, then San Andreas, then 3, in chronological order.
Oh, okay, yeah, but I'm saying that's the 3 games you played. I don't care what order you played them in.
Yes, the original trilogy. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All the actual 500 hours. That checks out. Yeah, 500 hours.
The actual cleanliness of the definitive edition is actually pretty cool because I remember how grainy it was, right? Remember how grainy it was? We just we didn't know it was grainy at the time. We just loved it. But when you see it crystal clear as opposed to grainy, it's a completely different game. I will say some of the bugs in the game though are game breaking.
Okay.
There's a few spots where like a police bribe doesn't spawn or the armor doesn't spawn. Sometimes the auto lock-on targeting doesn't work. A lot of the car glitches where you hit a wall and the car would like glitch into the wall and be stuck there forever. I mean, there's stuff like that, but all in all, it was a blast just to go through it again. The one I was really surprised with, I almost 100%ed Vice City accidentally.
Right.
The only thing I didn't do was I didn't do Vigilante to level 10 and Pizza Man to level 10, but I did the fire engine and the ambulance to level 10, like I just from fucking around because they give you money, right? So that's the way you do. That's the reason why you do them. But I had a great time. Like playing those reminded me of why I love that series so much. And
Hold on a second.
And then afterwards,
keep talking. My keyboard is not working.
You don't need your keyboard. You just use your hands like the.
Yeah, keep talking.
Yeah. So, I found all the one I was really surprised with is when I started playing GTA 3. As soon as I spawned, and I'm in the first area, I'm like, okay, this is where the armor is. This is where the 3 hidden packages are. This is where the car I want is. Like from that long ago, the muscle memory was still there. I remembered everything about that game. And the longer I played it, the more I remembered where the packages were, which is crazy because it's hard to remember where all the packages are. But I think I only had to look up 2. And that's because the area was blocked off. And then later on, I had forgotten that I didn't pick it up in the locked off area. So I was going crazy. When you have to retrace your steps and be like, did I get this one? Did I get this one?
I'm listening. All
right. But love that game. Love the game. Voice acting was great. And I still remember the actors in the game from listening to the characters. The one I didn't realize, I know chat's going to hate me for this one. I didn't realize that Donald Love was Donald Trump. Like, I didn't know that was him because it was such a bad rendition of him. But everyone says it's supposed to be Trump. I didn't even know. I never knew.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what they said. But
who says? The people?
No, the guys who, well, the hardcore guys, like this is the spoof on Donald Trump, and I'm like, I don't know if it's Donald Trump. It might be any real estate mogul guy, but I don't know about Donald Trump.
Oh, I guess that would make sense. Yeah, I guess that would make sense.
And then because
I never knew that it was Trump, but that's awesome if it is. I never knew that if it is.
Yeah, and then because of that, I started playing because you talked about it. Then I started playing Grand Theft Auto 5, and we started getting into this nonsense. And then I was like, I remembered why I stopped playing Grand Theft Auto 5 because it became like I appreciate realism and I appreciate the detail.
Yeah,
but I don't like it to be so realistic where it's tedious. And
there's a lot of jank. There's a lot of jank and time in between things that you're doing.
Well, here's my issue, right? Like, I didn't look up anything. I just like my character's like level 50 or 60 from when I stopped, right? So I start playing, I go into online, and I notice it's a clusterfuck as normal. It's been 10 years, it's still a clusterfuck. You get in the room and all you hear is rocket launchers and flying bikes are going by. It's like the Jetsons. There's just flying cars and helicopters going by shooting each other. And I'm like, oh right, I remember. I have to start my own session. Otherwise I'll be able to get nothing done because I'll be being shot at the entire time.
Right.
So
it took me 45 minutes. It took me 45 minutes just to figure out the menu system.
Yeah. So I got into my own server and I'm walking around and I'm looking and I'm like, okay, so what do I have to do? There's so many things on the map now because all the DLCs that released. And I'm like, all right, I'll just do some basic stuff. Let's find out what's what. So the light blue ones on the map are like, I guess, like the beginner jobs that you do before you get involved in anything.
Treat you to go do something. Yeah.
So there's Pizza Boy. There's Paper Boy, there's the medical delivery truck, there's a fire department one, and then drive a forklift, which I thought was ridiculous, right? So I played through all of them once. Yeah, I played through all of them once. And I see which one gives you a certain amount of money, and I'm like, okay, so the kitty delivery one, like the medical farm one, right? I was getting 110,000, anywhere between 110 and 120,000 for playing for maybe half an hour, right? Whereas the rest of them were like 25 or 30K. So I'm like, okay, efficiency kicks in. I'll just do this, right? So I'm basically learning how to drive again. They give me the Fast and Furious kidney transport vehicle,
right?
And I'm driving around the map at top speed, learning the maps again, learning how the car handles, like trying to get muscle memory back. So for the first 30 minutes, I want to break a controller, and then after the first 30 minutes, I learned how the car responds, and so we're doing well, right? And so after playing for a while, then it kept spamming me. It kept spamming me about like guys wanted me to take a mission and guys wanted me to do this and this guy wants to hear. My phone kept ringing, and so I had to go into like the sub menus and turn off all contacts. I'm like, I don't want to see all this shit on my screen. I just want to play for a little bit, right? And so I learned that the cheap one to start with was like the motorcycle club, because that's how you get the drug labs, and that's what I want to be anyway. I want to run my own drug lab again, like I did in Vice City Stories, right? So it's
someone's coming in right now and thinks that you're like Breaking Bad. We're talking about Grand Theft Auto. We're talking about Grand Theft Auto.
Fine. It doesn't matter if I'm talking about Grand Theft Auto or not, right? The point being is that I go, okay, so I need to get the motorcycle thing, so I need like 1.2 million for the motorcycle club or whatever, and so as I'm doing the kidney transport vehicle, Rockstar comes up and goes, thanks for signing up, which makes no sense because I've been signed up for 10 years. Here's $500,000. I'm like, oh, great. Right. $500,000 puts me to the limit where I can actually get the motorcycle club thing. Right. So I buy the motorcycle club. Right. I look at the missions inside them. They look decent. So as I start doing the missions inside the motorcycle club, I don't have the drug lab yet because you need more money. It's telling me that you do the mission. I spent 25 minutes doing the mission and I got 25 grand. I'm like, well, that seems a bit low. So I did the other mission, played another 25 minutes and got 25 grand. And I'm like, there's a pattern forming. Let's do it again. And then I played another mission. You guessed it, 25 grand. So for every half an hour was 25 grand. I go, wait a minute. The kidney transport's 100 grand for 30 minutes. I'll just go back and do that. Right. So I go back to the area where it is and I step into the circle and it goes, you're not allowed to do that because you have the motorcycle club. And I'm like, what now? I can't drive kidneys around town because I bought a motorcycle club. I'm like, I don't understand how this works. And so the whole time I went to every other mission and I'm not allowed to do them because I own the motorcycle club. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Right. So then I spent 10 minutes trying to figure out how to sell the goddamn motorcycle thing because who wants to play for half an hour and get 25 grand? That's mental, right?
I don't think you can sell it. We have to go to chat. Chat, can you sell your businesses inside of
You can. Except here's the best part.
You?
You spend $1.2 million buying it, but when you relinquish the presidency of being the president of the motorcycle club, you don't get to sell the building to the real estate agent. You just walk away from the building. So I lose $1.2 million, right? Oh, no, you can, Altern. Yes, you can. You can walk away. And And once I walked away, I could do the missions again. So
What do you
I'm
mean?
back.
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
I'm back
So
on the
what-
kidney missions again.
So wait a minute. You can sell your businesses in.
You're not selling. You're walking away.
Oh, right. You're not getting anything back. You just stop it.
Yeah, I'm out.
Okay.
I'm out.
I got you.
Yeah.
It says
no,
you cannot
I was,
unless you are buying another business of the same kind. Yeah, no.
No,
He's not
walk
buying
away.
it. He's just walking away from it, meaning he's selling the business, but he's not getting any money back. He's basically burning it down to the ground and saying, I'm
I
out.
walked away. I'm like,
Yeah.
I made more money in 2 hours than I spent 3 hours playing the motorcycle missions. I'm like,
Krebsy's saying right here, he shouldn't have sell it. All he got to do was stop being MC president through the interaction menu.
so if I was part of the club,
So you
I'm
buy
the,
back,
o-
Sarge.
I'm the only member. Here's how this works. I'm the only member because I bought the building, so I'm automatically president. How can I not be president if I'm the only one in the club? Can the club exist without a president?
Well, let me tell you something, because mine's a little. I'm doing the mission because we thought we were going to do heists yesterday. Now,
I'm so glad there's whiskey in this glass. You have no idea.
Brainchild said before we started yesterday, it was like 5 o'clock in the afternoon, 6 o'clock, and I said, "Hey, do you want to play some Grand Theft Auto?" All right. I was like, "We're thinking about doing heists." He's like, "I don't get home till like 9." He goes, "But there's a lot of prep work," and I'm like, "Prep work? What do you got to do? You just do a heist, right?" Log on. Everyone's like, you need a submarine. And I'm like, I need a submarine. So I paid $2.4 million for a submarine, right? Then I paid another $1.5 million for a helicopter to get around faster, because without the helicopter, it's a fucking pain in the ass. Okay. Then I had to do the mission, and then it didn't work correctly. So then I had to do it again because we were trying to get you into there, but then it didn't work again. So then I had to go back and watch the whole cutscene again. And then we had to do the actual mission of walking around the island, which I thought that was cool that you're going to an island. It was a pretty big island, but I had to walk everywhere or swim.
I'm giving it benefit of the doubt because I haven't played in a long time. Right? There's a lot of stuff unlocked. I don't understand a lot of things.
Sure.
I just think it's a little screwy.
It's convoluted.
To have missions on the map that you can do, but once you purchase a business, you are no longer allowed to do those missions. I thought the whole point of the game was to have variations of how do you make money.
Well, here, so you were making money. I spent $4 million, and then I did a mission that I got $0 for because I'm prepping for the mission. So I had to go, espionage and do all this other stuff to set up the mission. Then I did one setup mission last night before I left. And yet today, when I went back in,
more setup.
It was gone.
More
and I had to do it. I had to do it again. So now I'm worried if I log back in, it's going to make me do it again. But every time I go to the goddamn table, it says you have to be president. And I'm like, or owner, whatever the fuck it is, right? And I'm like, or boss. It says boss. And I'm like, okay, so I'm boss. Why do I have to keep picking the boss? Why every time I go to the table? Every single time. Something's messed up, because I know as soon as I go back, it's going to ask me the exact same thing again.
It's not messed up. If you've been playing for 10 years, you understand all the convolutedness and it makes perfect sense to you. Understandable. I get it. 100% I understand. Right? My issue is that in order for me to do what I want, which is to run my own drug lab and sell drugs on the streets of Los Santos, right? I would have to get $6 million up front first, right?
Yep.
$6 million up front.
You got to make money.
Then,
you got to spend money to make money.
Right. Then when I buy the motorcycle club, I can immediately go and buy the crack den and the meth lab immediately afterwards in order to start making money. What happened was I limped in. That's the problem. You can't limp in. I only had $2 million. I limped in, locked out my ways of making
your money
money.
Maker. Yeah, you make my money maker.
To make less money. And so the money I had, the money I had remaining was like $700,000. In order for me to be at the crack house, in order to store the cocaine, right? I would need another $1 million. And if I'm only getting 25 grand every 30 minutes, you figure out how long it's going to take me before I can buy the damn crack den.
Well,
That's messed up.
I have a question. I have a question for chat, because we haven't played in like 8 years. Okay.
Messed up.
Sarge is complaining about it's only 25,000 for each of those missions. If after a certain period of time, does he upgrade his business and then it's like 50,000, then 75,000, then 100,000? Or is it something like that? You have to upgrade to do stuff like that? Anyway, I did a mission today, chat, off stream. Me and Sarge were playing. He was doing his newspaper run.
Kidney run.
Kidney run, whatever. Okay. I was trying to prep for another mission. I had to get a boat, right? So I killed these guys on the dock, right? I got in another boat, and I went to go after them. All of a sudden, my boat disappeared. It just disappeared. And I was stuck in the middle of the lake. And then the boat's just glitched out in the middle of the water, right? The guys I'm trying to shoot, but I can't shoot them now because now I'm in the water. But now I'm in the middle of the northern lake up on top, okay? I'm stuck. I'm swimming after the boat, and the boat's just pulling away from me. So I go, Sarge, can you pick me up? Can you come pick me up? And he's like, pick you up? I was like, yeah, I need you to pick it up, whatever. So then we finally get in a boat, and then we're chasing this thing down. It's like, it is so much wasted time of me swimming or me like flying a helicopter. It's like, pick up this thing. And I appreciate it where it's like, go do this, set up the mission. I like it. I think it's cool. But it's like, holy shit, in between each of the stuff, once I drop it off, I gotta go back to the sub. Then I gotta click on the board again. Then I gotta say I'm doing this again. Then I gotta get back in the helicopter, and I take the helicopter to the thing. It's like, is this it? Can I just make money? Can I just make money? I just want to make millions of dollars in the online, but the time sinks is excruciating. Okay. Now Eclipse told me, he says, look, trust me, right? He says that you get a lot of money. Where'd you say it? $1 million? Right? You can make like $1 million. Yeah. Trust me, the heist will make you money. You can make it like $1 million in like 30 minutes.
But after the 3 weeks of prep. After the 3 weeks of prep, after buying
so if I make $1 million
helicopter, a $3 million
right. Let's say I put 10 hours in to prep for the mission, then I get $1 million. So basically it's like $10,000 an hour. Right?
Listen, I understand it's a time
100,000, whatever it is.
Let's not mince words. I understand it's a time sink because they sell shark cards. I get that. And I understand all the missions that gave you a certain amount of money and a certain speed of time were all nerfed. Understandable. I get it. What I'm talking about is I just started, right? After not playing for a while. And the beginning missions that give you money, that give you a decent amount of money to start, are cut off the minute you step into the pool of any of the DLCs that they had come out with. That's the part that bothered me. Now, Alter just mentioned about the list of cars. I love the list of cars. Gone in 60 Seconds is like one of my favorite movies. Crack Den and stealing cars in Grand Theft Auto has got my name written all over it. Talk to me after the show. I would love to find the list. Love to find the list. Absolutely.
Morecat says, I like to give you a tour of all the business. Here's the thing, right? I'm okay. Learning. I like learning. I like the gameplay aspect of it. But it's like it takes so long to get there. And I get it. They want me to spend the shark cards instead of doing the thing. I just want to play the game part of the game.
What happens to just, I'm playing it because it's fun.
Right. That's the game part of the game. Right. I don't even care about the $1 million afterwards. I just want to get to the gameplay of the game.
Yeah. You make everything so tedious. Where's the fun? Like, where's the fun factor of it? Like, I don't know what you guys are doing to me. I have to do 95 setups to a job that I only have 3 lives for. And if I lose one of the 3 lives, I've wasted a half an hour. Like, I don't understand that premise. It's supposed to just be a fun type of sandbox game, which I understand most people think it is. But after years of being beaten in the head about what a shark card does and how currency means meaningless, like when I was getting $100,000 for like half an hour,
it's like one T-shirt in GTA.
Right? The inflation rate in GTA must be absurd. Guns are like 90,000 a bullet. Yeah, 90,000 a bullet. Like, it's crazy stuff. It's just supposed to be fun though. Like, I don't enjoy tedious.
Krabsy says doing the last dose mission gets you acid lab, electric car, and like 800,000.
Sweet.
How long does it take to prep for that?
Right now, translate that into
how long do I have to prep for that? To do that? This is what I want to do, right? All I wanted to do, I didn't want to play quick matches or anything like that with other people. I just wanted me and Sarge and Brain to get into a mission.
Just have some fun.
And just go rob a bank.
Just go rob a bank.
Rob a bank, take a truck. I want to Fast and Furious this shit, right? I want to do something instead of going, all right, guys, hold on. Before that, I gotta go get a business loan.
Here comes
and then I gotta go talk to Donald Trump. And then I gotta go buy a submarine. Then I gotta go to the dealership to buy a helicopter. Then it's like, I just want to play the game.
Right. What happened to just jumping in the car? Let's go rob the bank. like just for shits and giggles. Let's go rob the bank.
Just want to.
Yeah.
There was one point you said I can't rob a convenience store. They're like, no, you can't do that. You're like, why? Why can't I rob a convenience store? It's like there's like parameters around it. You got to case this place out before you can do it. It's like, what are we talking about?
I did learn. I remembered one thing from playing. I thought there was something you got for robbing all the stores on the map, and I kept looking at the map, and I'm like, I got them all. I didn't get anything, and then I keep finding new ones popping up. I'm like, I don't understand. The game's glitched out or something. That they don't show up on the map right away. So I did realize if you walk into the store and you just shoot the wall behind the cashier, he doesn't dilly-dally anymore. Like when you walk in and show him the gun, he's like, yeah, he rushes to put the money in the bag. Like that's the only thing I found. I just saved 10 seconds. And let me tell you, 10 seconds in GTA for cop time, cop response time is an eternity, right? Absolute eternity.
Well, it's funny. Right before we got on stream, I was doing one more mission where I had to get a boat, but it was on the back of a trailer. So I'm taking my helicopter, I'm flying over the city, and it says, you got to get a tractor trailer truck. And I'm like, okay. So I land the helicopter, get the tractor trailer truck, I drive the tractor trailer truck 20 miles back the other direction. Okay. Then I get to the place, and when I pull up, there's an armored car, there's 20 security guards, there's like 15 police officers, and I'm like,
you're by yourself.
Yeah, I'm by myself. And I'm like, okay. So I totally get the system, right? So I kill like 10 guys. I get killed. Then I spawn, I'm like 20 feet away, right? I run back, right? Now the cops are all gone. The guys are still there, right? I kill 10 more, right? I die again. Now I'm 30 feet away because it puts you a little farther away, okay? So then I run back for a third time. I clear out the guys, right? To me, that's kind of ridiculous. It's like, I understand it's a game and it's like a checkpoint. You hit the checkpoint, but it's not like I had to do it again. It's like you're just nickel and diming them until you get done with the actual thing, which means it's just a time sink because no matter what you do, the end outcome is you could die 15 times and go farther back every time you do it. But the end outcome is like, I killed 1, I killed 2, I killed 5. Okay, I'm done. Then you drive it back. And then when you're running away from the cops, where does everybody go? You take it into the canal, you go up on the railroad tracks, you go into the tunnel, and then you just wait.
If you have 4 or 5 stars, you go into the canal. Otherwise, you do a little Gone in 60 Seconds moment. Here's the part that I laughed about. Right? They said that every time you start a mission, the game automatically gives you full snacks, so you don't have to worry about stopping by a 7-Eleven every time you do a mission to load up on more snacks for your health bar. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool, right? But I have super body armor, right? And I'm in a gunfight for 10 seconds and the armor is gone in 10 seconds. And that's the super heavy armor. What would happen if I had the regular armor? Would I already be dead? Like right. two guys shot at me and the super heavy armor is already done. Now I'm allowed to hold, here's the best part, Mike. I'm allowed to hold 10 super heavy armors, right? But does the game put it on for you?
No, you have to go into your. You have to hold the button.
Hide behind the car.
You got to go up with the thing. You have to go down 15 things.
Pick on the armor. Put the armor on, and then when I go to shoot a guy, the guy hits me twice. Not with a shotgun, not a point blank range. 2 shots from range. The armor's already gone. It's super armor. What are we talking about?
Yeah, he was using super bullets. What are we talking
about? Must be super bullets against the super armor.
So,
I'm guarding behind the car. I'm doing.
Eric Jones says all games are time sank. Yeah, but you're missing the point, Eric. There's a difference between.
It's a cover shooter.
Yeah, there's a difference between time sink and design time sink, where I could go and take as long as I want to do a mission. That mission to get to that boat is the same. Kill the guys. If I do it in 5 seconds, if I do it in 15 minutes, it's just nickel and dime, and they're not punishing me. It's not like, oh, I failed, and then I have to start the mission over.
Yeah,
it's just. Kill them, no punishment. Kill 2 more, no punishment. It's designed that way because they need you. Minimum time is what it needs to be to break down what price per what you rewards to time sink or whatever.
Hour per 10 hours. I get it. I get it. But it's just a little like, and this is after 8 years of not playing. Right? I'm sure. Listen, I'm sure if I was completely zoned in. And I didn't pay attention to anything. I just was playing Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, there's a lot of content.
A lot of stuff to do.
I know people are coming in. We're bitching. Look, we've been away for a long time. It's like learning to ride a bike again. You just don't understand what's going on because we've played so many different games in between 8 years from now, right? So we're like, I don't know what the menu system was. it's still confusing and convoluted to get into a match with people, right? It's like you have to wait, and then this person didn't show up on your list, and then I can't invite somebody to the actual crew, and then it's like
that's a nightmare. I still, after all this time, it's not just pick your friend, get into the game.
Yeah,
still
just invite, done.
Right.
It's like I'm loading. I'm in the same game as you. Where are you? Hold on a second. I'm up north. Okay, take a car, come on down, right? Start a mission, whatever. It's so many different ways, and then you get sidetracked by the time you get there. You're like, oh, hold on a second. I saw your car.
The whole game is built around the squirrel. The whole game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. On the way to anything, right? Let me tell you, on the way to any mission, my phone never stopped. And stuff was popping on the screen. I'm like, I don't care about any of this. I
have a nightclub and stuff. I get passive income. Yeah.
Yeah. Still fun. Still tedious. Still fun.
I when you actually get to play the game, like the game stuff in this game,
right?
It's
when you cut down the jungle and you finally get to the fun of it. It is fun.
It's fun.
Yeah.
When we were just chasing the boat and you're driving and I'm shooting, it's fun. But getting to that point, fucking excruciating. It's just like, what are we doing? It's like getting a bunch of kids together and going, all right, kids, come on. Oh, no, Timmy, get off the swing. No, Susie, get off that. Right? It's like,
you're trying to herd a bunch of chipmunks together.
Yeah, it's crazy. But anyway, I had fun. Grand Theft Auto 6, they have a lot to do to make it better, but they can make it also worse.
I'm a little concerned, judging by how 5 is structured, like how 6 will be structured. It's gonna be interesting.
Well, we'll talk about how the realism is. There's leaks and stuff that people are talking about, and we'll get to that. Is there anything else that you were playing, Sarge? I played some Cosmic Invasion with Mr. Luke, and we jumped into Fortnite today. And I have to say, Fortnite was just a bunch of friends and just running around. It was fun. It was fun doing it, just hanging out with people and doing the actual thing. They just changed up the whole map now. They have it's video game themed, so you can have Sonic the Hedgehog, and you're part of the map is like Sonic World, and you hit the speeds and you go through the loops and you collect the coins, and there's a lot of shit going on in Fortnite. I didn't play too much. We played about 2 hours worth, and I really enjoyed it. It was fun. We're gonna play some more next week when we start playing again. Other than that, I'm trying to think if I played anything else.
No, this past week's well, I've been GTA.
I've been playing Starship Troopers.
Oh, I can't do it.
The Starship Troopers on PC
is broken. It's broken.
No. On PC, it's good. On console, it's fucking broke.
Okay.
Yeah. On PC, it's good. That's why I was asking you the other day. I said on PC. I literally texted you. Do you want to play on PC?
Yeah.
It's a fun time.
It's like no.
Yeah. On console, Starship Troopers is fucking broke. I haven't gone back in like 8 months, but last time I went on after they said they fixed it, crashed 4 times. I was like, yeah, I'm good. No issues.
The game is actually telling you not to play it. When it crashes,
the PC version is fantastic. It's a lot of fun. 16 people. You have people, when you have a good crew and they're all talking and stuff and doing missions and stuff, it's a lot of fun.
And they don't have potato chips or power drills going off.
No, some guy was talking about dating a cop. It was funny. If you were watching the stream the other day, some guy comes in. He was talking about he was smoking pot, walking down the street. I got a ride home from a cop. Thought she was cute. Started talking to her. He was telling this to just random people on the internet while we were playing, right? And he made it sound like he was dating her. He's like, oh, she was pretty, and he was asking about if she had kids and stuff. And I was like, what is this guy talking about? Does he think he was on a date with a cop because he was in the back seat? Like, what is happening right now?
I'm pretty sure she was arrested.
I think she was I think she dug me because she patted me down and stuff. Right. Yeah, she arrested me. Yeah. It's like, all right, buddy, if that's what you think.
She's totally into me. I was arrested.
It was crazy. And then the next day he was back in the lobby talking about something else. It was funny. And I was just like,
it might be his therapy time.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care. It was funny. I wish I could interact with him, but I don't have my microphone hooked up to my new computer. Right. So I was like, I want to interact with this guy so bad. I was like, I can't. I had so many questions. I was like, did she like pat you down and you thought you were on a date and she got to first base, second base? Like
by herself? She was transporting you, a guy, crazy dude, by herself? That sounds weird.
Well, it was in Chattanooga, Tennessee, I think he said. So
does that mean that the female cops in there are roided out?
I have no idea.
What does that mean?
We were all flies on the wall at that moment. My whole chat was like, "Oh, this is
Like,
interesting."
could you drop an ammo box? No one cares about your cop date.
He wasn't on a date, Sarge. He got a
thought
ride
he was on a
home. He got a ride home.
He thought it was on a date.
You want to same time next week?
I'm gonna jaywalk here next Sunday.
Yeah, I'll be back. All right, let's go to top stories. Start off with some good news, I guess. David Bautista officially set as Kratos in God of War TV series. Now, what I think is funny about this is that
It's a mugshot.
the internet said it before they even casted people. They're like, David Bautista should play this character. And then they went with Ryan Hurst. Now, I have nothing against Ryan Hurst, but then they showed that one picture on the set, and you were like, he doesn't look like God of War, right? And now they got David Bautista playing God of War, and you're like, why didn't you do that in the beginning? I don't know. I mean, I think it's okay. I think he's going to make a good God of War, or Kratos in God of War. As Jesse Mack says, he says boo, so he doesn't like it, right? Obviously, you're never going to make everyone happy. But
I think this is a mugshot of Bautista, but everything's added. The glasses, the background, the suit and tie.
no,
This is originally a mugshot, but they just spiced
on
it
the
up.
red carpet somewhere.
Yeah, sure. Anyone could be on the red carpet, bro. They could put you on the red. They could put you on the red carpet.
I've been on red carpets. So that's a red carpet. I like it too. I think they should have went with him in the beginning, but Hollywood doesn't want to listen sometimes, so they do what they want to do. So there you go. So David Bautista is Kratos. Okay. The next thing I want to talk about, Sarge, is that what's that?
Supposedly he's Kratos.
No, he is. He's officially Kratos.
Did they film anything yet?
No, they didn't film anything yet.
We'll see.
All right. Well, as of right now, he hasn't filmed anything yet, but he's officially taking over Kratos' position. Okay.
As of now.
As of as of now, yes, you're correct. All right. The next thing, Halo Studios, Sarge, the great game that we played just 3 weeks ago. Okay. Halo campaign Evolve. Okay, reportedly outsourced the campaign Devolve to 15 studios as Microsoft weighs involving Activision Sledgehammer games into the process. Now, I don't really want to talk about the 15 studios, Sarge. I just want to focus in on...
That's the elephant in the room, isn't it?
But
all right, fine. Yeah. We don't care anymore. Go ahead.
But I honestly don't care, right? Because 343 couldn't do it by themselves, and they had 15 outsources doing it, and they still fucked it up, right? So now they're moving towards Activision. Sledgehammer Games is in the process of maybe taking over Halo. What are your first thoughts on Call of Duty Sledgehammer taking over Halo?
I don't want to think about it.
Well, you got to. We're on a podcast talking about it.
The reason why I don't want to think about it is everything that you're trying to do now is just life support, right? It's just life support. You're beating up an IP that started a brand, and now you don't care about it. And every time you fuck it up more, and we tell you stop fucking it up, and then you just hand it off to another studio who's supposed to save it again. Just let it go. Come out with something else. It's over at this point. Like, you already did the Master Chief Collection. Everybody fought for that one. They fucked it up a little bit. They fixed it, and it's fine now. They're all good. Move on, right? It's just time to move on. Sledgehammer, their talents could be so much more pointed in a different direction to make.
Yeah, I agree.
They don't need to be working on Halo, right? They're a good studio. They got good ideas. Let them do something else, right? Just stop, right? Don't get me wrong. I loved Halo, but sometimes it's just it's just over.
So, one, I think they should put a pause on handing over Halo to another studio. I'm not saying they shouldn't make another studio make Halo, considering 343 and now Halo Studios is having problems. But Sledgehammer makes Call of Duty games, right? Constantly makes Call of Duty games. That's all they do is make Call of Duty games. So now you have guys that know what Call of Duty is. And now you're going to make them make a first-person Halo game, which is what Halo is. But now you're going to, let's just say they make the gunplay so good, but now it's just COD of Halo, right? Because now it's just Halo skin with Call of Duty, and it feels too, because Halo doesn't feel like Call of Duty, right? Call of Duty doesn't feel like Battlefield. Battlefield doesn't feel like, you know what I mean? Like they all have their distinct feels of their stuff. To take the studio of like Sledgehammer to make a Halo game, I have a feeling that you're going to be making Halo more like Call of Duty, and I don't think anybody wants that.
Yeah, but you don't think there'd be kill streaks, would you? There would be kill streaks.
I don't know about. I don't even think about that, like kill streaks and stuff like that. I just feel like
zombie mode.
Yeah, just the way they make the character like move and feel because of the mechanics of it. I just feel like that's what they would do. They would have their hands all over it because they know how to make Call of Duty. But we don't want Halo to be Call of Duty or like Call of Duty and feel like Call of Duty. We want Halo to feel like Halo.
Yeah, but even the people who are making Halo didn't want Halo to feel like Halo.
Yeah, no, I understand that. But if you put these guys on, they're going to make the first person part of it, the gunplay, amazing, I think. But at the same time, it's going to feel like Call of Duty. It's going to feel you're like, this feels like Call of Duty. Like, look at what happened when we played Battlefield 6. When we were playing the demo of Battlefield 6, I don't know if you played it, but when I played it, I was like, this feels like Call of Duty, right? Because they had Call of Duty guys that came to the studio, and they were trying to make that game feel like Call of Duty to get the Call of Duty guys to come in to play the game.
Which they did.
Mission accomplished, right?
Yep,
so that's my problem. And when they were making the game, they were also bringing streamers and stuff that played Call of Duty to get their input to put the stuff in to make it like that. And now you look at it where Battlefield 6 very successful, sold the most games last year, fantastic, but the identity is completely shattered now, right? Because now they don't know what the game is, and they're trying to do other things because they've lost the identity. If you do this to Halo, you're going to lose the identity to Halo. At least now you're just like, it's a shitty Halo. But now if it's a better Halo and you're like, this is not even Halo, but it's better, but it's Call of Duty Halo. You know what I mean? It's going to feel really weird, in my opinion, if they make it, because I think they'll make a better game, but they're not going to make Halo. They're going to make Call of Duty. That's just me.
I want. Well, first of all, I'd like to see Sledgehammer take a break from doing the game that they've been chained to a wall to have to make forever.
They're in servitude to Call of Duty for the rest of their lives.
Perpetual servitude of Call of Duty. Like, I would like to see them, but like I would be happy for them to do something else. But I don't think Halo is really that far from where you are. Right? It's not really a vacation. It's like, hey guys, got a great idea. We're gonna stop making Call of Duty for a little while. And they're like, yeah, great. Okay, we want you to make Halo. And they're like, I don't want to fucking touch Halo. I don't want to go anywhere near it.
Can you make Halo feel like what you did in Call of Duty? Because Call of Duty sells a lot. Can you make Halo do that?
Right. I'm hoping not, dude. I'm hoping this is just journalists yelling at each other. I'm hoping
you're gonna have one of those people. Remember in Office Space, where the woman, the secretary walks in. She's like, "Hey, Peter, I need you to come in." You know, like that the high pitch. That's who's gonna visit them at Sledgehammer. Hey, can you make this game feel like Call of Duty? Can you do your magic of Call of Duty onto Halo? That'd be great. And they're like, that's not what we do, but all right, sure,
yeah,
we'll make it.
Yeah,
and don't forget to put the TPS report in there.
I wouldn't do it.
I hope look. Can we stop beating a dead horse? Just let Halo go for a bit. Just let it rest for a second.
It's not like it didn't have a run. Right? I don't know how much Halo do you want? You got 1 to 5, the MCC, the Halo Wars. We're good. You guys, Reach, ODST. You guys had all the stuff. We're good.
Stop making sense, Krebsy. Stop making sense. High Moon helped Destiny. It seems they aren't handed Halo. Yeah, God forbid if people actually, right?
You know how this goes.
Wait, what are you gonna
do? The correct answer is always the wrong one in corpo world.
Right.
These guys invented Halo. We don't want them working on it.
Well, they helped Destiny. First of all, High Moon makes fucking fantastic games. They made the best part of Destiny when they worked on that. They made the best part of other games as they worked on that as well, right? They made the Transformers game. Like there's a whole bunch of stuff that they've done so well, and they're like, yes, I'll give it to them. Let's give it to people that don't like Halo, and then they call them Halo Studios.
This guy doesn't like guns. Let's give it to him.
Yeah. What do you think about guns? I hate them. Great, you're a perfect candidate. You're going to work on Halo. Like look at the gun the wrong way. They're like, well, how do you hold this thing? The next thing we're going to talk about, Sarge, is Sean Murray. Okay. Inside Light No Fire, the Earth-sized fantasy world being built in secret. Now, this is just the headline we're talking about, but Sean Murray was talking about how they showed off Light No Fire. And we haven't heard anything about Light No Fire for the last couple of months, years, right? Like they showed something 2 years ago. They showed something like maybe a year and a half ago, like a little bit more. People were just recycling, looking at the same stuff that they already showed us. People was like, what's happening with Light No Fire? Sean Murray came out and said, look, Light No Fire was becoming so popular that it hit like number 2 on the list of wish lists on Steam, that he's like, we don't want it to be too popular. Okay, because he's learned his lesson from what happened to No Man's Sky, because when they were partnered with Sony and Sony was pushing them out and saying, hey, because they had an exclusive with Sony and then it was on PC, they were going to talk shows and all these other stuff, late night shows talking about No Man's Sky. And we all know the history of No Man's Sky. It came out as broke, buggy, unfinished because they hyped it to the next extreme. So Sean's like, I don't want to do that the second time. So we ain't saying shit about nothing. Okay, we're just letting it sit there so they're not showing anything. They might show something at the Game Awards at the end of the year or something like that, but they don't want to show anything to anybody because they don't want to get them hyped up until they're ready to actually show the thing. What do you think? Smart? Do you think it's double-edged sword here where he learned his lesson, but at the same time, what about just they don't promote it enough and it comes out and it fails, right?
Well, first of all, it was Sony pushing him. It wasn't himself pushing him. Right, so he can do his own,
of course.
He can do his own marketing if he wants to do his own marketing. I understand why he's apprehensive about it, though. That's fine. Right. Number 2 is he probably wants to wait until all the storm of GTA and all this other nonsense going on goes away. Like, right? Let him have. You don't want to talk about your new product until maybe February or March. You know, when the next group of games comes out for the AA games and stuff comes out and the holiday rush is over, and then you start talking about your game, because at that point, people are going to be paying attention, because otherwise everybody's going to be head down playing GTA 6, right? Because they're not playing Destroy All Monsters or Barbie, right? They're not playing that, right? So I just think he's probably trying to be cautious. And besides the fact, he's already apologized for 10 years. I mean, the apology's over. He can do what he wants.
This is a brand new slate. Yeah.
He can do what he wants at this point. The apology part is over, right? So I think without the corporate push on him, I think he'll be fine. I mean, I think that because of what's going on in No Man's Sky, I think the pressure might be a little hard on what they're actually doing for one planet. Like, what are the mechanics? Right. This is what I'm saying. Like, what are you going to do on this that's going to be on par, if not more innovative than what you were doing for an entire universe? It's a big ask to try to beat the universe, right?
Yeah, but I think if you can take everything you've learned in No Man's Sky over 10 years, all the different mechanics, and put them all on one planet, all the different biomes of planets, but put them all on one planet, do all the mechanics of the fighting and the starfighters and ground to air, and maybe you, again, I don't know if this is going to happen in the game, maybe you can go to the outer space of just the planet itself, you know what I mean? Not going out to the universe. So you're just in maybe the lower atmosphere, or I'm sorry, the higher atmosphere or whatever, before you break into space. Maybe you can have like land islands and stuff up there, or bases up there. I think it's going to be freaking amazing based off of just what they've done to No Man's Sky over the last 10 years. Because to me, I don't think they're building a brand new game as far as from scratch. They're taking what they've learned from No Man's Sky and implement it into Light No Fire, but with a different skin on it, basically, you know?
But then my problem with that is what's the hook? What's the
hook?
It
would be a story in this one compared to what they didn't do in its RPG. It's an open world RPG, isn't it not? Like, so,
but an open world RPG is not really like a super hook. Like, what's the hook? Like, what's the new thing that you're gonna? What's the reason why I can't miss it? Is what I'm saying.
I mean, an entire planet that's never been done, like one full planet in the game, so detailed.
Sure, but we were given the universe.
Yeah, but a lot of the stuff. Let's be honest. 18 quintillion planets. Everything, a blue planet's a blue planet, a green planet's a green planet. It's the same shit over and over. You're going to
understand that, but the big to do big for the sake of doing big. Once you've handed me the universe,
right?
How am I going to get excited about a planet? I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just saying.
What about?
I'm hoping that there's some other kind of innovation that the hook is there. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
What about if it's just like real life? Like, have you been everywhere on the Earth? You know what I mean? Like, why do you want to go to Europe? Why do you want to go to Australia? Like, you want to go. Like, maybe that's what it is. Maybe there's different regions and different stories, and the people that are on the other side of the planet are having completely different experience than the people on this side of the planet, right? So that's the thing. Like, you level up and you gain stuff, and you go to different regions and different. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's pretty interesting. It's intriguing. Again, this is why they're not promoting it, because all of us are like, oh, imagine what you could do. Like, what you could do.
That's part of the problem, because you already have all the stuff that we've listened to now for 8-10 years, and where do you go from there? Right?
Mr. Z says, Sarge, you can chop down trees and fish instead of using a tractor beam gun.
I mean,
there you go.
I mean, listen, I'm sure at the moment there's probably a lot of kids growing up who've never seen No Man's Sky or don't give a shit about No Man's Sky, and when you come out with Light No Fire, it'll be like the new No Man's Sky for them. I'm hoping that's the answer.
Well, Krebsy, that's exactly why, right? Because you're saying, in my opinion, it's overhyped. That's exactly why Sean Murray is not promoting it. He says the studio deliberately shifted its marketing strategy to avoid the media overexposure to inflate expectations, right? They don't want to overhype it. That's what they don't want to do. They don't want people to overhype it. They're like, keep it down. Like, shh, like, settle. Don't ruin it for yourselves type of thing, right? So if it's overhyped, they're not doing it. They're not making it overhyped. They're trying to not make it overhyped.
I think probably February, March, they'll probably have sent them.
I think you have to wait. I don't think you say anything until you know when GTA Online comes out. As soon as you know when GTA Online comes out, then that's when you go, okay, we're free to now announce our date. Because you don't want to be overshadowed by that.
Yeah,
this is a 1-2. This is a 1-2 punch, right? This is single player online, and then what happens is the shark cards and all the other stuff comes in, they kick you in the nuts, and they're like, yeah, take that, game industry. We're taking everybody. We'll get to that in a second. Okay, we'll take that in a second. The next thing I want to talk about, Sarge, is Microsoft stops sharing digital sales data with Circana. Okay, so you know me, I don't really like Circana. I don't really like Circana, but Microsoft no longer shares digital sales data with U.S. analytics firm Circana, meaning the company will now be forced to project numbers for games under the Xbox, Activision, Bethesda umbrellas. Okay, Circana, formerly NPD, has been trusted source of sales information of the U.S. for many years, providing monthly breakdowns in hardware, software sales, and publishers like Sony, Bandai Namco provide a company with their digital sales data, which then combines the information with retailers to compile charts showing the best-selling games.
I don't know about trusted.
Right.
I know we're getting information from
how we get information.
I don't know about trusted. Let's not get carried away. They gave us information. I'll accept that.
Yeah. If I told my accountant how much I made, and then the accountant's like, well, can I see your books? Then he can officially go, yep, those are factual statements that you're making, right? Otherwise, it's just trust me, bro.
Right. You were 50 million in the hole last year, and you're only 10 million in the hole this year, and you say he's doing much better than last year.
Yeah.
That's Circana's information.
It says, however, as of today, July report, Microsoft has stopped sharing the digital sales data for its games. Redmond firm joins Nintendo and Take-Two, who haven't provided digital sales data for many years.
Weird.
It's a weird trend starting. Trend. So Circana recently started introducing estimated and predicted digital data for non-participating publishers, which does ultimately introduce a margin of error. Okay. On a related note, Microsoft has also stopped sharing its information with similar European tracker names. Yeah, because they don't have look. They know we're smart because people like numbers. And if you say a game is doing well, and then you go into the game and it's a multiplayer game and you can't find a match for 15 minutes, or all of a sudden people are like, this game is going fantastic. You go to the Steam charts and the number's doing this in the ground. We're like, yeah, that's not true. Okay. And then when they say it sold 4 million players, you're like, that's players. That's not actual copies sold, right? Like they tried all the things. Now they're just like, you know what? Fuck it. We're just not going to say anything. We're not going to say anything whatsoever. EA's not going to say anything. Take-Two's not saying anything.
EA doesn't have to say anything anymore.
No, because they're private.
That's different.
Yeah, but public companies, they just move it. They go, oh, this is now digital. It's over in this pile over here. We just conform it in there.
They'll just use revenue as numbers. They won't use specifics. They will, if 5 games are sold, they'll use the revenue of the 5 games. They won't they won't say like 3 did well and 2 didn't. Like that's you're not going to get that anymore. You're going to just get overall sales were higher. That's
all we're going to know is someone says Concord did awesome, and then Concord closed 13 days later. Obviously, we can tell that someone's lying, right? Someone's just, I like the game. It failed. If a game comes out and it's like, yeah, it sold really well, and then we hear that the studio closed or they fired half the staff, you'd be like, well,
to be fair, even the games that are doing well have staff fired. So what's the frame of reference now?
Right. You would just assume though that if they're firing people, it's not successful or
right. So if they're doing well or not doing well, people still get fired. So we can't use that as an actual mechanic for if the game's doing well or not being fired. Right. If we're letting people go and the game did well, I'm still confused. Right. We can't even use that as a
right.
It's getting a little crazy, but you know why they're doing it. So
look, everybody likes number going up, right?
This is the direction that they're headed because they don't listen. It all comes back down to the same premise. You ready? I know it's going to piss people off, right? Before we knew how they ran the business, we were just gamers. We're just dudes waiting in the room,
right? Just
waiting for a game to come out, and we just hand them money, right? Before that's the way it was. We were just waiting for games to come out. We paid for a game. Now that we understand how they function, how much things cost, what factors involve in making a game and who they hire and don't hire. Since we know everything now, they can't manipulate the media to push sales for something that we already know what the truth actually is. So the only course I can't speak.
It's all right. It's like your brain's shutting off.
The only recourse that they have is to not say anything or don't give the numbers out because they know they can't control the narrative anymore. That's the bottom line. I can't say that the game is the greatest of all time and get to sell an additional 3 million copies because we keep pushing that it's the greatest game of all time. Everyone knows now it's not doing well. We see the numbers, we see Steam, we see sales, and so now they can't hide it. So if you can't hide it, you can't build a narrative. And if I can't build a narrative, I can't push more sales. And if I can't do that, then there's no reason for me to share numbers with any of you. I'll just stay quiet and we'll do our own thing. That's the issue.
Right. Well, it's true, Krebsy. Krebsy brings up a great point. He says E-Day launches in 6.5 weeks and is rumored to have a $400 million budget. This is a coincidence, right? Like they're like, remember, we said if it is true that it's $400 million, they need to sell like 11 million copies. Okay. Well, if they don't have to tell you what the sales are, they can just be like, yeah, we're doing great. Like, guys, don't look at the number below. There's 4 million people watching this stream right now. Don't look at the count down below. Okay. Like if that was gone, I could make up whatever I wanted, right? Be like, hey, no, we don't have 40 people. We have 400 people. 400 people watch my show every week. Like, that's a lie. But how would you know? You wouldn't know. But if chat's not moving, you'd be like, well, the chat didn't really move that well for 400 people, so I don't think there's 400 people in your chat. You would be correct, right? Because that's how it works. Because they can tell you you're crazy. They can tell you don't know what you're talking about. But when you actually look at something and go, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. How can you be good at sales, but yet no one's playing the game? How come I can't find people playing the game? How come no one's streaming your game? How come no one's talking about your game? How come there's all these things that are, like, we could tell if something's popular or something's not popular. Spider-Man in theaters is popular. You could tell me you didn't like the movie and it's not popular, but everything else in the world tells you it's popular because everyone's talking about it, right? Everyone's talking about it. People that liked it, people that didn't like it, they're like, yeah, I don't like it, but it still made $2 billion.
I mean, if E-Day doesn't go on Game Pass, they just sell the game, they might get 4 million copies. But I think going on Game Pass,
I think if they came out and they made a game and they sold a game and the game is actually good, I think it's the best-selling Gears that they have. It could be. Okay. Just
what was the big number?
I think it's 6.3 or 6.5 million is the best. I think it's Gears 2 or Gears 3. I forget which one it is. But one is like the highest selling one. 6.7, I think it was. If this even gets 7, they go, yeah, it's the best selling Gears. Great. You're still 4 million short.
Right. And it's going to Game Pass. So
right. Until they come out and go, we sold 15 million units. Then we go, oh, they're sharing numbers, right? Because they actually made a profit because they're proud of it. And they're like, here you go, right? But they don't want to do that. They want to hide everything and go, no, you're just a hater. You don't know what you're talking about.
Right. When they're no longer able to control the narrative, we're haters. Remember how this works, guys. Remember how this works. If we understand how they work and we call them out on it, now we're haters. When we were just dumb monkeys handing them over money, everything was fine. Everything was fine. Hand them over money, we're all good.
More information. If it's successful, they want to put it out so it makes a snowball effect, right? Like push a small snowball down the hill, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, right? So if an action game does well and they tell you it does well, like a Power World, people are like, oh, Power World's selling well. So then it starts to snowball. It's a good game. It's selling well because people like it. It's good. It's a fun game.
Yeah, but they actually share the number.
No, I understand that. But then the company shares the number because they're excited. They're like, yeah, we have 16 million people that played the game. We had 12 million people played on the PC. They're like, you know what I mean? Because they're actually excited because they're making a game, right? But the corporations, they don't care about making the game. They're making other people make the game, and they're like, no. Don't say anything until when's the third quarter? Okay, and the investors? Okay, then tell them that we're doing something, and it sold very well. It sold above expectations. It sold below expectations, right? They don't tell you the actual number unless it does astronomical. How much you want to bet Take-Two and Grand Theft Auto tell you the number? Even though they don't share the numbers, they will come out and say, we sold 25 million units faster than anybody in the history of the world, right? How much you want to bet they do that?
Well,
they don't have to.
We're gonna see if the actual pre-number things sticks. I'm a little to gloat about the 50 million pre-orders. I want to see how that unfolds.
Sure, but whatever that number is, if it's 10 million, 12 million, 15 million, 40 million, 50 million, they're going to come out and tell you because it's going to be the biggest selling game of all time. Well, on day one,
I don't see how it can. It's not like Barbie and Godzilla are going to do anything to it. Like I don't know what you think is supposed to happen. I don't know what you guys think is supposed to happen. Well, it's the greatest game selling all the time. Like, well, nothing else is around it. Like, if it's the only game for sale, of course it's going to be highly sought after. It's not like you put like 2 or 3 titles like back in the day when they used to. How crazy is it that you're so scared of a video game that you don't want to release anywhere near it? Let me ask you a question. Right. How long? Let me ask just for the shits and giggles, right? How long is the gap between games that it's a factor for you, right?
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Well, if I'm not trying to use their numbers, but I have to for this one point. Like if you say to me that the average person buys 3 games,
okay,
all right. So let's say they bought one in February, let's say they bought one in June, and now here comes the end of the year. Grand Theft Auto is going to be that 3rd game, right? What's the gap between games that allows you to spend an extra amount of money for another game that you'd like to play? You know what I mean? Like, does that gap actually matter to anybody? If it's a game you actually wanted to play,
if you
would just buy the game.
Yeah,
right?
if you're able to buy the game, you would buy the game because you want to play the game.
Well, the reason why I'm saying that is nobody wants to release around GTA because they're afraid that if they release their GTA, that they're going to buy GTA but not buy their game. If I wanted to buy the game that was coming out near GTA, I would go out and buy the game I like that. You know, do you understand what I'm saying? They make it sound like that if they released during GTA, that they would get no sales. If it's a game that I wanted to play,
you're going to buy it.
You would buy it.
Yeah, right? No, I understand what you're saying.
So what they're saying is, in order for us to sell more copies than the people that actually want to buy it, we have to sell somewhere outside of the realm of GTA. Otherwise, we're not going to get the numbers that we need. So what you're actually saying is there are people out there that don't love your game, but might accidentally buy it because there's nothing else for them to play at that time when you release it. That doesn't make sense to me.
Well, okay, I'll give you an example. Like, so I didn't have a game in my spot, and I played that other game the other day called Horde Guard, which is a demo I played. Not on my radar whatsoever. Okay, I'm not interested in buying that today, but all of a sudden, like, if there's nothing else coming out, and I'm like, oh, I found this game, I'm gonna buy it because it's like $14, $15, whatever it comes out, I'll buy it, right? That's easy because it's $15. But if a $70 game comes out of nowhere and I'm like, I didn't know it was coming, right? And I'm like, oh, a $70 game. Well, I was thinking about buying this one, but this one comes out earlier. I might buy this one, and now I have to wait to buy this one. So they're jockeying for positions because if people coming in and I only have $300 a year to spend, okay, and I already spent
but that's
2
rubbish.
games,
But
No, I
that's
understand that.
garbage.
I understand, but that's what the stats that they say. 3 people,
ahead.
whatever, right? If I only have enough money to pay 3 games a year, and all of a sudden a 4th game came into the running and it came out sooner than the other game, and you're like, well, I really want to buy it. I really want to play it. Now you have to wait to buy the next game, the 4th game, because you have the money, but you don't have it yet.
Yeah,
so
but-
you have to wait a couple more weeks, a couple more
That's what I'm
months.
saying. But that's
You're still
what
going to
I'm
buy
saying.
it. You're just not
What's
buying
that-
it
what's that-
on the day. Right.
But that's what I'm saying. What's
Yeah,
that gap? Somebody's gap is 2-3
like
months.
Two paychecks,
So
like
if
3
a game,
paychecks.
if a game comes out, but this is why I think it's all bullshit. If a game comes out during the part of my cycle, my financial cycle, that I can't afford the game, but it's a game I really want, and I have no impulse control,
You put
I'm gonna
$5
just-
down at GameStop
I'm gonna just hand over my credit card and buy the fucking game. I don't understand.
and put it in your
the-
backlog.
do you understand what I'm saying? I don't.
I do. I do understand what you're
I
saying.
don't understand the fear of releasing during another game when beforehand it was competition. Now it's like I can't release anywhere near there. God forbid, no one will buy our game if this game comes out. I'm like that. It doesn't compute to me. I just hand over a card and buy the fucking game.
Me personally, I don't need to play a new game day one because a new game is always going to be a new game if I've never played the game. It doesn't matter if it's a 15-year-old game and I buy it 15 years later. It's new to me. It's a new game to me. Now, someone like, well, you could ruin it. Sure, I could go online and someone ruined the story for me. But at the same time, if I really cared about that game, I'd probably not looking up stuff to ruin the game for myself.
But that leads into a story. Let's not go there yet. But that goes to the
We
story.
are leading into that story.
Oh, is that what you're going?
Yeah, we're going GTA.
Oh, I didn't know you were going that way. I thought
Yeah.
we were going a little later.
Yeah, no, yeah, we're at 9 o'clock, right? So GTA 6 right now is dropping leaks. It's like a fucking Titanic right now. It's just like shooting out left and right. People are they're fake. They're real. There's so much stuff going on, right? And I haven't been following it because it's not in my algorithm. I'll be honest with you. The only reason I know about the leaks is because chat put it in Discord and said, "Hey, did you see this?" I watched the first one. I didn't watch the second one. I'm not even buying the game. I don't care if it gets spoiled either. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care. So we're gonna talk about this because this is from Push Square, and I gotta go backwards on this, okay? Because this is the original story, and then as I scroll up, it's basically to today, okay? So the original story, right? Multiple videos of what appears to be legitimate GTA 6. We know this now because they've been taken down, obviously. Okay. And currently being posted on the internet by a leaker. It says, I've seen 2 clips so far. The first depicts Jason at his house from a trailer playing some basketball, and the second features some driving and crimes that attract attention to the cops. It will not be leaking in either video, but they are also easily found through social media. Okay. So that's what's happening right there, right? Fans are reporting receiving DMCA takedowns from publisher Rockstar, which suggests the videos are real. There are also an image of what claimed a GTA 6 full map circulating online. Reportedly, we will not be showing any of that as well. Okay. Then update 1, which is on Wednesday, the 19th. Okay. GTA 6 gameplay taken from an in development build has been published online and it sees Jason inside a strip club. He's seen talking to a few NPCs, all while receiving multiple "what up" messages, okay, which I guess is the app inside the thing, okay. Further, the group claiming responsibility for the leaks has made demands for developer Rockstar. It's claimed to have more footage to leak, and it wants Rockstar to answer for its potential all-digital future of games industry and fake single-player DLC, presumably referring to the content exclusive to GTA 6 Ultimate Edition, okay. It says, quote, publishers should be weary. If CyberLeak can reach Rockstar, no one is safe. CyberLeak, the group reportedly responsible for these leaks, has apparently said that this message to all big corporos: behave or be the next target, right? So that was the next thing. Then we have update 2 on Wednesday, where the 4th clip of GTA 6, a gameplay has been posted online, this time featuring more driving. Interesting. The song playing on the radio is a sports car by Tate McRae. Okay, which was released at the start of 2025. This suggests the gameplay is from more recent build. Okay, the video sees Jason driving about then, was it tasing some NPCs, also seeing roughly 15 seconds of a cutscene featuring Jason having a beer with someone on the boat. Then we have the update from today, okay, where it says an important update for GTA 6 gameplay leak Saga. It appears that the person posting the clips online has access to some of the actual game. They're not just posting videos. They're either been sent out or obtained. In other leak clip. A leaker sees playing Jason shooting into a wall and the word leak, and the leaker is questioning, has put their name, CyberLeak, all over the clips that posted online. You know, when you take the gun and I haven't seen the clip myself. I'm assuming he's like shooting the gun and writing his name like
That's
on the wall.
It's a lot of bullets for CyberLeak.
Yeah. Right. So this is that true, chat? I don't know. I haven't seen it myself. Right. This came after another leaked video of Jason flying over the city, which looks jaw dropping. Okay. I was just saying that yesterday when we were playing Grand Theft Auto 5. I was like, man, the night scenes in this game are still, and that's 13 years old. With the extent look at GTA 6 on Netflix, still a week away. So next week, chat, just let you know, I won't be watching Netflix. Okay. Even though I have Netflix, I won't be watching it. I'll be watching the trailer here, 9 o'clock. Right, 1 week from today, on this stream, me and Sarge will see it for the first time on stream.
I mean, I'm gonna try to see it. I'm gonna try to see it 6 hours before.
Are you? I'm not. I'm not gonna watch it.
I mean, I want to see if they get takedowns or not. They said anyone can watch.
Oh, you want to see if other people can cover it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll wait. I'm not fucking with Netflix. I'll wait till it comes on to YouTube.
You do it. I'm just
no. I understand that. I'm not showing it on morning stream. I'm not going live when it goes live. I'm waiting for when it comes out on YouTube, because I don't need to get the wrath of Netflix. Netflix will take down your whole fucking channel if that's what they're going to do, and I don't want to take that chance. So unless they come out right before and say anyone can stream it, which is stupid, because if you have a 6 hour contract ahead of time and everyone else can stream it and show it on their YouTube channels, but it's coming on YouTube later, 6 hours later, that doesn't make sense. But anyway, it says, with an extended look at GTA on Netflix still a week away, the fact that the leaker has access to the build of the game means they could continue leaking gameplay and story content on the internet. This could raise serious concerns surrounding the spoilers, as while the gameplay will be updated and improved in the final build releasing on November 2026, you expect the pilot or the plot of the cutscenes in generally stay the same. Okay, so I don't give a shit. I got no pony in the race here. Okay, if you're concerned, if you're a person that wants to play GTA 6 and you're concerned that they're going to ruin it for you, guess what?
Don't look.
Don't fucking press the button.
Right? Don't look at it.
Stay off of Twitter. Right? Don't go to Instagram. Don't, like, I know you guys are so. I gotta look at it. You know, like you gotta freak out because you have to look at your phone every 5 seconds to see if they leak. And then your friend's like, "Did you see the leak? Did you see the leak?" I saw one leak because I don't care to look at the leaks.
Okay, but look, I understand it pisses a lot of people off that he might show stuff that you don't want to see. Option one, don't fucking click on it. Right?
Yeah.
If I was in love with GTA 6 and I didn't want to be ruined, and someone put the actual ending of the fucking game on a website, I wouldn't click on it. I would wait until I play the game.
This is the ending.
However, if let's say a couple things. Number one, I don't believe it's one person. I don't believe the leaker is one person. I believe it's multiple people.
There's some theories going around.
I don't believe it's one person. That being said, in order to fuck over Rockstar, like you want to fuck over, like people are acting like they are doing, like if you put the ending of GTA 6 on a Times Square Jumbotron in New York City and play the ending there, that I would say would be the screw you to Rockstar. But to put it on a website that you have to click on to look at before it gets taken down immediately, to ruin it for yourself, it seems meaningless to me. It would be ruined to nobody who doesn't want it to be ruined.
Right. Well, there's another one, okay, which is GTA 6 may have a second leaker with access to internal files. Okay, the second group is reportedly circulating GTA 6 development material from a newer build. Okay, Rockstar Games is already dealing with the fresh GTA 6 footage spreading online just days before its big August 27th showcase. Now another group has entertained the picture, claiming that the access to a separate batch of internal development material. If this is true, and the first guy is doing what he's doing, and then this person is doing what they're doing, there is a theory going out there that we actually covered a couple months ago when they talked about there was like 32 or 35 Rockstar developers that were in a Discord together, leaking stuff, and they all got fired. And then people brought up that they got fired because they were trying to do union stuff and that whole thing going on. So that could be it. It could be completely separate. I'm not saying those people are it, but that's a theory going around. Okay. So it says amongst the material being circulated is unpublished screenshots said to come from April 2026 build alongside development files. okay, legitimate, that would make the material considerably newer than some of the GTA 6 footage already circulating online. Now, Rockstar could now be dealing with two separate leakers. The group has also reportedly shared development files, shared related material, and also they say the evidence of the internal GTA 6 build. There's also been claims that the material is connected to Xbox development hardware, although conflicting reports suggest that at least some of it may be actually running on the PC. Uh-oh.
Well,
PC bros are going to be upset. They're like, wait a minute, what do you mean it's leaking on the PC and you're not getting a day and date?
It's because most things are built on the PC and then
Of course.
transferred to the console. We understand this already. Okay, but the point still remains, right? The point still remains. The leaks are real, great. They're pulling them down all the time. The guy's ransomer is selling a meme coin on the side and wanting to ruin some of the game for some people. Once again, if I don't want it to be ruined, it doesn't matter. You would have to do some kind of massive thing to actually ruin it for somebody. Of course, the meme coin sounds ridiculous, right? But if they're trying to fund whatever they're trying to do, right?
Yeah.
You can't trace bitcoins or meme coins. That's why they're doing it that way.
Yeah,
right?
but
if the rumor is true, like allegedly that it's these people that got fired from back in the day, that would stand to reason. They have a bone to pick with Rockstar, so that would make more sense. Who else would have access to all this information unless it was somebody who worked for the company, right? I don't think it's going to be a long time to figure out the list of people who got fired and go through them one by one.
Or it could be someone that's there.
Well, there might be somebody on the inside helping them out. That's also possibly true. But
a Reddit post here claims that the group got access after phishing a Rockstar Indie employee, but there's actually currently no independent confirmation of that story. There's also another reason to be careful. Some users have questioned whether or not parts of the material are genuine. Newly argued that the files being passed around could have originated from a GTA 6 huge 2022 breach instead.
Sure.
GTA 6 has also been leaked for years. The latest episode joins. We already know that stuff, right? So I think what's bad here, obviously, they're criminals leaking stuff, which is not good for the company. If you're a person that wants more information, you're getting more information. What I think is weird is some of the people on Twitter, Sarge, are upset. Now, hear me out here, okay? They're upset because if this is the footage that Netflix is showing, they're upset that they've already leaked it before Netflix. And my brain hurts now because so you're upset that you had to pay for Netflix to go watch the thing behind a paywall instead if they just released the Netflix thing ahead of time for you, the gamer, to see the footage while not paying through a paywall. You're upset about this. I'm confused by this, meaning that person really loves Netflix. They're like, oh man, I love Netflix. They come to my birthday parties and they're like best friends with me. They're there when I'm crying. They hug me and like they think they're like best friends with Netflix or something. Because if the leakers are just leaking stuff, that's the same stuff that's going to be on Netflix, then you don't need to watch Netflix, right? It's just weird to me that people are like, oh, how dare you ruin it for Netflix? It's like, oh, okay, like you're defending the corporation. It doesn't make sense.
You can hate whoever you want. Like a lot of people are talking about now how this is going to hurt the Stop Killing Games agenda because of stuff like this. And I don't think half the people cared about Stop Killing Games anyway. And if you cared about this as opposed to Stop Killing Games, then you're not on the right page, right? Stop Killing Games is about complete ownership of what the word buy means and what is it you own when you purchase something and what our digital rights are, as opposed to a leak, which has been a leak as any other leak could be in the past. This could be the worst leak that we've ever seen, sure, but it's a leak nonetheless. It's not like this has not happened before. And once again, if it's true, 100% true, and they're going to leak stuff out that's going to ruin the game for you, you wouldn't click on it.
Yeah, but I don't think it. Do you think this hurts their sales? I don't think it touches anything of the sales.
I don't believe so.
Yeah, I don't think this does anything for Grand Theft Auto or 2K where everyone's like, oh, leaked footage, I don't want to play the game. No, the people that want to play the game are a shit ton of people that want to play the game, 20, 25, 30 million people. They're going to buy the game regardless if the whole fucking thing leaks or not because they want to buy. We were just talking about this. They want to buy the game.
They want to buy the game.
They've been waiting 13 years for this game. They want to buy the game. Yeah. I don't think this hurts them at all. Now, do I think it hurts Take-Two. Do I think it hurts ZeniMax as far as pushing the digital stuff and having people push back? Again, the sales for Grand Theft Auto are not going to be affected by this in any way, shape, or form.
What do you think is supposed to, like, people talk about, like, the stock price dropped for Take-Two?
Well, yeah, it's dropped. We have a
nobody cares.
Points,
nobody cares. Anytime it moves that way, that's all the speculators moving their money back and forth, right? What matters for the value of a stock is sales. How much money the company makes.
Right.
So do you believe that the sales of this game are going to negatively affect the quarter at the end of the quarter? Because the quarter ends, I think, in October.
No.
So
I think this does absolutely nothing. Yeah.
But watch how this works, though. November is in the fourth quarter. The third quarter numbers would have come out already. That's part of the fourth quarter numbers. November is part of the fourth quarter, right? So
November,
you're not going to see those numbers until February anyway. The sales of product in a company dictate stock price. If the price does this for no reason, because those are speculators, that's not the true value of the company. The true value of the company is total assets, revenue in, minus infrastructure, price per share. That's what it is. You can do it yourself. It takes about an hour or two to figure out what the price point should be. Like, if you spend a lot of time and looked at stocks like I've been doing, you would sit down and look at Take-Two stock and be like, well, I've done the math, and really the stock price should be, I don't know, let's just say 250, and it's at 233, right? Oh my God, right?
Right.
The sales are the sales. That's what the company is the value of its total worth, right? Don't worry about the stock price. It goes up and down. Speculators make this price move all the time. I don't think, I'll be honest with you, I think this is just complete publicity for Grand Theft Auto 6.
Do you?
I 100% do, because this does nothing for the sales of this game. It absolutely has.
It just gets more people excited. It just gets more people excited.
More people looking at it. There's nothing was going to affect the sales of this game.
I mean, I agree that I don't think the sales are affected by this in any way, shape, or form. But I don't know if I agree. I know I don't agree. I don't agree that these people are part of a bigger scheme. I obviously they're taking stuff down.
You can roll with the punch. I'm not saying it's specifically designed for publicity, but they're rolling with the punch of what it is.
In this situation, there's no bad publicity here for them.
That's correct.
The worst part is, oh no, you got to see the footage that they didn't show you. They didn't show you.
No, they're going to show me in a week.
Right, they're going to show you in next week and on the 27th. At 9 p.m. Right, like it or whatever 6 or 3 p.m. I don't think this does anything for effects wise there. Now, as far as the stock prices and stuff like that you're saying, sure, but for the most part. Now, let's move over a little bit to, the whole thing about them. They want them to apologize. Look, I like the movie V for Vendetta, right? I like people sticking it to the man and being like, yeah, we're getting the big guys down. Cool. You're going to jail. If you're ever caught, you're going to jail because you stole shit from the company that you weren't supposed to do and you leaked it on the internet. So if they ever get caught, they got to do the time, right? It is what it is. What I don't like is them doing the cryptocurrency thing. And I get it. It's if you want to help us out because of what we're doing and you believe in us, you could throw us some money. But that to me is that you stole something and then you're trying to capitalize money off of the thing that you stole, which is just scumbaggery to me. Okay. If you want to be Robin Hood, steal from the rich and give to the poor by asking for nothing back. Right. And you want to leak these things just because you want to stick it to the man. Cool, man. Do your thing. But when you come out and do the cryptocurrency stuff and you're trying to make a buck off of it, I'm like, that's kind of shitty.
Everybody's trying to make a buck, bro.
Of course.
Everybody. The only reason why they're using meme coin is because it's not traceable. That's the only reason why they're using it.
Sure. Right? I'm just saying from a perspective of people going, oh man, this is crazy that they're going up against the corporation. And then they're like, oh, but can you give me $10?
Yeah. Well, in order to fund whatever it is they're trying to do, if they're being serious about it, you need money. You need money for equipment. You need money to do the things that they're going to do. I understand. However, I think there's too many people involved in this as far as the hackers go. Here's what's going to happen. Here's my take. Right?
Some bad actors are going to get caught real fast, and they're going to route other people.
Let's say the hackers that are doing this are a few people from that 30 people that got fired from back
maybe
6 months ago.
Yeah.
Allegedly, right?
Allegedly.
right? So if, let's say, a handful of people from the 30 are the ones causing all the problems, and the rest of the 30 know about it because they know that they were also fired,
Yeah,
but they're not,
right.
but they're not part of it.
Somebody knows so much information.
Right. So once the investigation starts, you're going to go through the list of 30, and you're going to find out that somebody in there is not telling the right story. And you're going to find out through the guys inadvertently that they know who the guys are because they're part of the same crew anyway. They're just not involved, right? So I'm pretty sure it's going to be multiple people. I'm pretty sure they're probably going to get caught eventually, because not because I find out who they were through the internet.
Bargain for you rat this person out.
Someone will rat them out. That's exactly how it's going to go down, right? Because there's too many. Because there's too many people, right? You have too many people that are in that group that are possible suspects.
This is a movie, by the way.
Somebody's going to rat out somebody.
This is a movie in the making right here. This is a movie of people internally stole stuff from Rockstar, broke out, spread this out wide, and then they make a movie of this. This is what's going to happen.
I mean, I don't 100% agree with the way by which they do it, but you don't understand the mind of somebody who's worked for a company or development. You don't understand what their mindset is. Like, I'm not trying to give benefit of the doubt, but like, you could be blind anger. Anytime somebody gets blind anger, and and if you have the ability to inflict damage on the company that wronged you after years of working for them, I understand completely. Right.
This is a mission from GTA 6.
It 100% could be, Chopper. Yeah. It 100% could be. And if it's not on day one, it'll be a DLC.
They'll add it into this DLC. Yeah.
They will roll with the punch, and they will add it later into the game. 100%. Right.
Turn into the skid would actually be pretty funny if they did it.
Nobody has been talking about anything else. The moon could be moving 1,000 miles closer to Earth. And nobody would be talking about it because GTA has taken over the entire media sphere.
Yeah, it's
and
GTA effect.
But this is why I say I don't know if they're really concerned as much as you think they are.
I look, one, I think 100% Take-Two should do everything they can to find the people. I do, because if they have to set an example for future. Right, because if they already got the guy that leaked it back in 2022, right? Didn't he do some jail time? I could have sworn he did some jail time, or he's still doing jail time.
There's a few people who got to do
right. Sure. So they have to stop this, because if they set a tone of letting people do this, then more people are going to do this, right? So Take-Two has to, and they have the money. It's not like they don't have the money to go after these people and whatnot.
Oh no, we know they have the money. Yeah. But the point being is, what type of damage are we talking about really?
He got out into the mental asylum. There you go.
Right. What kind of damage really? Right. We've already discussed it. What are you going to possibly ruin?
They have to prove.
Everybody is trying to find out what the fuck is inside this game. We haven't been shown one footage of anything.
Could you imagine though?
So you see what the problem actually is, right? So let's say, for instance, they had showed some shit like that you're supposed to prior to 3 months before releasing a game, and you show us some screenshots, you show us some gameplay, like you were going to show it anyway, but you guys are playing this cards to the chest thing. We're waiting and we're waiting and we're waiting, and you think that's this special edition of Netflix talking about GTA is going to answer all your questions? I don't believe so.
If they have something, let's say there's a scene, something like that from like Dragon Age Veilguard inside of Grand Theft Auto, and they leak something like that, that could do damage for sales. But then Rockstar and Take-Two have to show, they go, or our projected sales were 12 million, let's say. There's the projected, let's just say. But they sold 20 million after the leaks came out.
What's the damage?
There is no damage, right?
So what's the damage?
Because if they projected to 12 and they get 20, then this did no damage whatsoever.
They would have to try to find some kind of far away type of charge, like corporate espionage, that kind of stuff.
Something. They would have to figure out something
else. But it's not causing... Right. If the footage I release doesn't cause any monetary harm to your product,
it could actually help.
Right. What's the charge? The charge,
because people are starving to see actual gameplay. Now people are seeing actual gameplay. So now they're like, oh man, I can't wait for the official gameplay that we get to see from Netflix. Right. So it's just, to me, I think it's just hyping it up more.
It's all part of the media. That's what I keep saying.
Right.
You have to pretend like you have a big dog in the yard and let it go after the intruder. But really you just want
puppy dog.
Yeah. But really you want people to just come in the yard and look, like, because you want people to be talking about it.
Right.
We understand how the game is. If let's put it this way. If all of a sudden you're on a soapbox pissed off about guys who allegedly were fired from Rockstar taking it out on the company that fired them, right? And you're going to defend you're gonna defend Take-Two and Rockstar now after you took a giant bite out of the Sony sandwich, the shit sandwich, the Microsoft shit sandwich, the firing of employees for no reason, the firing of employees. Like you defend the corpo to the, but as soon as it comes down to the actual thing that we're talking about, now you're going to defend the corpo 100%. I have questions.
I do too. Yeah.
I have questions. I know people want to stand on the side of just. We're going to start. Right? It's not cool that they're leaking all the information. That's right. It's not cool. Is it also cool that everyone gets fired even though your game does well, and you're trying to take away my rights for digital ownership, and you're right? All this list of stuff is against me.
That's cool, right?
Right, but that's completely fine. Like I don't know where you guys want to draw the line on this one. I'm calling this a publicity stunt, and it's working well.
Yeah, I think it is as well. In the leak footage, people are talking about the first big GTA 6 debate. He is here. Cars needing gas, Sarge. What do you think about this? I know this sounds so ridiculous.
I think you might want to talk first, because if I start talking about this, I'll go down a rabbit hole.
So, look, this to me, if it's a choice and you want to, well, online, first of all, if it's online, it's like this, like you're playing online, there's gas and stuff, and you have to spend money on gas, it's fucking bullshit. Okay. If it's a single player game and it's part of the system and it's just annoying, like you're on a mission, you're like, oh, hold on, I can't do the mission. I got to go gas up the car first. Right. But then they make it easier. They're like, well, instead of going to the gas station and gassing it up, all you got to do is just pay this buddy. And you know what I mean? If it's a mechanic.
Why is it there? But why is it there?
Right. It's like Todd Howard talking about Starfield, where he's talking about space, time travel, and all this stuff. And he's like, it needs to be realistic. And he's like, where's the gas? There's no gas, no fuel to put in into the actual spaceship, right? Same thing with here. It's like, do you need gas in here? Like, I play American Truck Simulator, all right? And I play Snow Runners. And in there, it's part of the game. I'm a truck driver driving across the country. I need to stop for my gas stops and stuff like that. It's part of the game mechanic. But if I'm just riding around the city inside of Grand Theft Auto, how long does it take to go down? Does each car have its own gas mileage and it goes down faster if you soup it up? So now you spend tons of money and then your gas meter goes down faster. You know what I mean? Like, do you need to make something so realistic in the game? Does it bring more to the game, or does it hurt the game more? That's my question. I think it hurts the game more than it does, because in one more thing. In Fortnite, they have gas, right, in the cars that you get. And you have to stop at a gas station and fill up. It feels a little different because it's a battle royale. So you're like risking, you're filling up your car to travel and making noise and all that stuff. In this, you're just living in a city. And online, when it happens, if you have to pay gas, that's obviously because they want you to spend more time in the game for the time sink, so you can fill up your gas. But in a single player, I don't know if you need it. I think it's more of a hassle.
They've been toying with this now for the entire generation of Grand Theft Auto 5, the fine line between realism that makes it kind of cool and the fun, what the fun factor actually is. I don't think you need to add mechanics to a game to make it more tedious in order to try to instill more realism to the game. I want to be enjoying the game as I'm playing it. I don't want to be belittled and burdened by all this nonsense that has no effect on the game, right? I have to get gas now, just like I have to go buy bullets. But instead of buying bullets, I could put a lockbox in my car. So I don't have to buy bullets. Yeah. So you're putting a mechanic in there that doesn't need to be there, and I could just go get the gun anyway or get the bullets anyway. Like, why are those mechanics there? It's just tedious for the sake of being tedious. Like, I'm hoping that gas isn't there, bro. If you want it to be a thing that you want to live in a criminal world so badly that you want it to be as real as possible, right? Then put a difficulty switch on there for yourself. But as far as the fun factor is concerned, I would much rather there be some kind of thing somewhere on the map that I drive through that's a cop bribe, like it was in the original GTA games.
Yeah.
GTA 5 didn't have that. All you had was run away from the cops and quick get to a paint spray. There was no bribes. Now, of course, on a 1 or a 2 star, you can call Lester and get him to get rid of the cops for you type of thing. Understandable. But at the same time, kind of cool to call in a favor because that's kind of based in reality, right? But gas seems tedious. And by the way, how fast is the gas going to run out, right? Or the sports cars going to burn gas?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying earlier. Yeah.
And your little rice burner. Like, I don't I don't want to be burdened by that. I'm trying to enjoy myself as a crack dealer in a fictitious world. I don't have to worry about filling up my car. And here's the best part. If I'm married in the fucking game, does my fake wife even fill up the goddamn tank? Just like in reality, she doesn't. Like, that's the question I want answered.
Well, here's the thing, right? If I jack a car now in Grand Theft Auto, I just take a random car, I run up to it, steal it, their gas is low. And I'm like,
no, I got to pay for gas?
Hey, I can't get away with, I don't know. Look, online, if they have like the online races and you want to race around a track and you want to implement the gas in part of the racing and stuff like that, cool. But fundamentally putting it in the actual thing, I don't know, man. I don't know what people are saying here. I didn't read the article. Let's see, August 18th, person going by, okay. Yeah, see, there's a gas. Look, there's a gas and a engine meter, like damage, it looks like. Okay. And there's also a mileage counter. Look at that. There's a mileage counter. Okay.
I mean, do you trade? What happens if I buy the car by leasing it, and then if I go over miles, do I have to pay because I'm over mileage?
Ferris Bueller, you put the brick underneath and you roll it backwards to to get the speedometer back.
Or better yet, I could go to a specific mechanic that I have to pay $500, and he turns back the odometer in order for me to sell the car.
Money.
Yeah, to get more money when I turn the car back in. Like, do you understand how tedious that sounds?
You understand though what we just said? That makes sense to do it. Like if you're going to put it in there, have a reason to put it in there. If you could sell cars and do all these things, cool. They're tedious. You don't have to do it. But if the game mechanics in the game, you have to make it have some purpose.
Yeah, but when you hear about these mechanics, I'm not saying this is true, but if you hear about them, that's why these games take 8-10 years, because you guys are doing all this crazy shit because you're trying to make it real. Like, we understand you want to make it realistic, but it's still a video game at the end of the day. Is it fun? Let me ask you a question. Is it fun for you to go fill up your gas tank? Is it fun?
I have a blast every single time.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, I have a blast.
When I go fill up the tank, right? Do I put the nozzle in and then can I go in and rob the store while my car is being filled up and then come back out and then drive away?
That would be some reason,
but it's still
you got to give me a reason.
It still sounds tedious.
No, I know if it's tedious to be tedious, then
I really am hoping that that's something that they thought about and they removed.
What about if you can own gas stations and then everyone that comes up, you're making money as they pump gas? You know what I'm saying? If there's a reason,
but if I found out that your crew had a gas station in your payroll, I would blow it the fuck up. I would blow up the gas station.
Here's what some people are saying, Sarge. Oh fuck yes!
They're so excited.
Exclaimed one GTA fan below Reddit post that says, "Hell yeah!" Post another user. Finally, commented one person directly referencing how many fans have long waited the mechanic to be added to the franchise. Okay. Then there's other people
I'm
saying,
calling shenanigans. I'm calling. Nobody's excited to put gas in your car.
Then this person says, "Can someone explain to me the appeal of having a refuel for a digital car every half hour?" Ask one person to get the people want realism, but it's not the type of realism that seems like it would be fun.
Yes.
These people are us.
Yes.
I hope it's toggleable, post fan. He says, it's nice to have, but like hunger and hydration system in survival games, the equipment durability, I usually prefer playing without, right? Just make it a toggle, right? If you're going to put it in, you want to make it harder or easier on yourself. Some people say, I understand the appeal. Said a different user on Reddit, but being mandatory isn't something that I want to deal with, right? So there's a lot of people. I think it's more negative than pros here.
Old footage. I'm pretty sure it's something they took out. Please, God, let it be something they took out of the game.
If it's in there, look, SnowRunners, you need to have gas. You can shut it off. In Roadcraft, you can make it harder on yourself and put gas if you want to put gas, or you can play without gas. Look, video games are supposed to be fun. Now, if someone wants to have fun by putting gas in your tank, cool. Just making sure it's not mandatory and making a toggle on and off to make it harder or easier for yourself.
Maybe they wanted to do for RP servers. You know what I mean? Like maybe they want it so realistic. They want it for RP servers where people have interactions at the gas station.
Yeah,
you know that kind of thing. Like
Sarge.
That part I get. Like if you're trying to do an RP server and you're trying to make it as realistic as possible, maybe I'll give you benefit of the doubt there. But as far as a normal person wanting to play a video game, I don't give a shit about filling up my car with gas.
So Eclipse says, I hope you have to get out of the car and fill it up. Now, imagine this, right? See, this is gameplay mechanics now. You're on your way to a heist. Your car's low. You got to find a gas station first now. You got to get a gas station. Then you get out of the car. You don't have cash on you. Okay, so you have to hit a card, and you go up to the card reader, and you get this. Then it's a mini game, and you got to type in your PIN number to get your card in. Then it says, yeah, then you have to get your receipt. You got to go in. They're like, man, this is so awesome, so realistic. I got to get a gas and get my receipt. And then you got to come out, and you got to close the gas tank. You got to walk around. You wipe your windows, and you with the window washer. You check your oil. You got to check your oil. You can't
Tire pressure.
You got to check your tire pressure. Tire pressure.
You're going on a heist, bro. You got to
Yeah.
make sure the car runs right.
Get the windshield wiper fluid out. You got to wash the windows up. You got to do all the stuff because if you're going to put something in there, you might as well go all in, right? You might as well go all in.
Like, listen, if I have to put gas in my car, then I've got to tune up every so many
Got to
miles.
tune up.
Tune
Wheel
up.
balance.
I got to rotate the tires.
Rotate
All
tires.
kinds of fun.
Yeah.
It's all kinds of fun.
It sounds
then I have
amazing.
to buy. Yeah, then I have to buy the mechanic shop, so I don't have to pay for all this shit.
Oh, yeah, it automatically gets right. And if you get $4 billion, you can buy where you don't have to do it anymore. You have an intern that comes and does it for you while it's
your
parked,
car and he brings it
while it's parked in the garage that are already fueled up for you.
Right. We bring back full service gas stations
That's
in
it.
GTA
That's
6,
That's
so
it.
you don't have to pump your gas. Yeah, it sounds.
You know,
amazing.
the more we talk about this, Sarge, I'm feeling it. I think
I might have a change of heart. This sounds amazing.
this sounds. It
It's
does sound
basically
amazing.
like real life simulator, right? We're gonna have credit scores. It's gonna be amazing.
Oh, yeah, credit scores. Can we have people that you put a little card reader on the gas pump so when someone uses their credit card inside the machine, you can read it
steal
and
their credit
steal
card?
it? Yeah.
Yeah, now we're talking.
You got to make it as realistic as possible.
Credit card readers. Wait, even better. I put a card reader inside the gas station that you own, so I get a percentage of the money that you make from the gas station from card readers. Oh, that's even more fun.
And unless you go to your gas station and check each machine,
I gotta check to see if I got a card reader inside my system. Oh, bro, this sounds next level.
I just thought about it. I changed my mind. This sounds exciting. They should put a vending machine in there too, where I could drop off vending machines at each of the gas stations, so people, when they have to get snacks, I can pay for it. Right? This sounds amazing.
Brand new mission. I gotta fill up my snack machines. Like
That's
a real
great,
person.
Sarge.
I gotta get a van.
Oh my god! I can't believe this
and fill up my snack machines. Another mission. Fantastic.
Ah, God, it sounds fantastic, doesn't it? Well,
I can't wait, bro.
Speaking of that, No Pixel 5 to come to Rockstar Game Launcher in closed beta test. Okay, now No Pixel is the role-playing stuff. Now, No Pixel 5, the Netflix evolution of the flagship GTA role-playing server, will launch in closed beta on Rockstar Game Launcher on September 8th, following a lengthy collaboration between the two parties. No Pixel creator Cole confirmed that the news of the announcement is server Discord on September 8th. Okay, so there you go. So they're doing a little test before Grand Theft Auto 6 Online comes out later in next year or whatever it is, but they're moving forward. Now, there's something I want you to see here, Sarge, which is, could GTA 6 have a subscription service?
100% yes.
Okay. It says, will Grand Theft Auto 6 have a monthly subscription service? That's what former G4 and X-Play host Adam Sessler says, as he predicts the gamers will not be happy when Rockstar announces the GTA 6 monthly subscription service. Okay? In an interview, Slightly Old Gaming of his podcast, The Joy of Cess, Slightly Old Gaming says that he heard Rockstar will announce GTA 6 monthly subscription service separate from GTA Plus. Grand Theft Auto's existing online subscription service, Sessler says that he heard the same and that there's also reasons for subscription service, but he doesn't say what it is. Noting that he's holding back from revealing everything he knows about GTA 6, he does predict fans' fury over, however, saying that it's going to hide under his desk when it's announced. Okay, so this is him saying it. So he's saying he knows something where they're going to have maybe a service.
No audio. No audio.
Oh, there was no audio there?
No audio.
Well, there's audio there. Oh, hold on. Here we go. Let me play it again.
Especially for
Audio now?
If
Rewind.
some of the stuff I've
I
heard
did.
that I'm not going to talk about, there's a reason for that monthly subscription. You know what? I'm more interested to see how they introduce an idea like that, if that is the case, because whew, you know what? I'm going to hide under my desk when something like that gets announced. So Slightly Old Gaming, thank you so much.
So there you go. So he says, and then down here it says, in GTA 6 monthly subscription service really is going to happen. Sessler will probably be right to seek shelter because gamers are growing weary of the constant demands for more money from a video game industry, as is Grand Theft Auto. Now, I'm just going to put this out here. Is it possible? We talked about this last week, Sarge. If there is a subscription service, is it possible that if you have a Netflix account, it's part of the GTA 6 service down the road?
You mean if you have a Netflix account, you don't want to pay for GTA?
Like you're paying the subscription model and you have Netflix or Netflix, you know what I'm saying? Like something you combined.
Does the price change because I have Grand Theft Auto, or is it, do I just because I have Netflix, it's covered?
Again, I'm speculating. I don't know. If there's a service, if it's a service thing, and let's say they do an ultimate deal like the Game Pass Ultimate, where Ubisoft, EA, and all that stuff is included. What if you're the highest tier of Netflix is the subscription model too? So you don't have to. You're not playing Rockstar or a Grand Theft Auto at Netflix. But if you have a Netflix account, the highest tier, you get the benefits, sort of like I get with Fortnite right now for Game Pass. Right, where I get all the battle passes and stuff like that because I have Game Pass Ultimate. Now, if you have Netflix highest subscription, you get Grand Theft Auto service a month or whatever it is.
Well, let's go through this logically. If they know who owns GTA, who buys GTA from that household, then they could also know if whether or not they have a Netflix account at that same address, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then you would have to see if someone who owns GTA at that address also got the highest level of Netflix. At that point, Netflix probably does a kickback, maybe a kickback every quarter. So yeah. I would say completely plausible. Completely plausible that would be something that happens because I know they're going to want a subscription. Now, whether or not they hide it behind verbiage, like Cribsy said before, so someone said about GTA Plus, you know, that kind of thing. If they hide it underneath verbiage, but I'm pretty sure there's a subscription service to be had there. Absolutely.
I just think there's got to be some catch of why Netflix would want to have this shown on their site. There's got to be something. And now if there is a subscription service, but it's combined with Netflix, where maybe it goes the opposite way as well. If you have the service, you get Netflix. And if you have Netflix, you get this, right? It's a I shake hands, we work together. I don't know. There's got to be something because Strauss Zelnick went on to a show last week when they got announced that Netflix was a thing, and he says that they have a multi deal with them. What does that mean? Multi deal? Does that mean multiple things being shown? Does that mean being shown and also a service?
Well, we've talked about it in the past. Stubby says the same thing. Stubby says it's probably going to be some kind of show.
We said that last week. Yeah, we said
we agree, Stubby. We think there's something down the line.
Yeah, we actually said that last week on the last week's show. Both me and Sarge said we think it's going to be something like the Cyberpunk show,
limited run series. If it may be animated.
But now that I hear this, because I didn't mention this last week because I didn't even think about it. If there is, again, this is just hearsay. If there is a subscription service and it's tied with Netflix and vice versa. That makes sense why they're doing it. I don't know. We shall see, chat. Clip it.
We don't have that long to
Clip
wait.
It.
But here's the trick though. The trick is how do I release a game and then a month after when I release the online version, I try to explain to people that it's a subscription service. Like how do you implement it? How do you say it without dropping bomb on somebody?
It's just like Amazon. If you pay for the premium Amazon Prime, but for free delivery, you get Amazon Prime, right? You get different benefits. If you get Netflix, right, you get, if you're playing Grand Theft Auto or not, because you're on this tier, you get free shit in Grand Theft Auto, right? And if you're in Grand Theft Auto and you do pay for the subscription service over here, you also now have Netflix. You see what I'm saying?
All right, so well, let's put it this way then, because I don't see what the benefit would be for Netflix though, because a lot of households have Netflix, right? It's a large number of households. So
Correct.
if you're so what I'm trying to weigh this out. So if somebody doesn't have Netflix,
yeah,
and they buy GTA, and when
they buy GTA, and they get
GTA Online comes out, they have to get a subscription service. But if they have but if they have Netflix, they no longer have to pay for GTA Online.
Right. In my world that I'm saying is if I have Netflix, I pay for the highest tier. It automatically comes with, if you play Grand Theft Auto, you're going to get free shit in Grand Theft Auto. It's included. Yeah, it's included. Okay. Sort of like I pay for Game Pass Ultimate. Fortnite I get Fortnite unlimited, right? For the Battle Pass, whatever. I don't use it. I wish I could give it to my son so he could use it, right? But I have been playing more Fortnite since I've gotten it.
All right, so following that logic, let's say the majority of people who have Netflix don't have the highest tier because of the fact that they don't need it.
But they do play Grand Theft Auto.
But they do play Grand Theft Auto. So now getting the highest tier allows you to have Grand Theft Auto
without having to pay free shit.
That I could see.
If you get this.
That I could see.
Yeah.
Because I don't think a lot of people have the max level of Netflix. And I think that would be
no, they have the bare minimum.
I could see that.
Yeah.
That's plausible.
Give benefits to the people in Grand Theft Auto if they get the higher tier of Netflix and they work together.
That's plausible.
I think that's very plausible. Because like I said, I'm paying for Game Pass Ultimate and I'm getting Fortnite stuff for free, right? It's just there. Now, I don't play Fortnite a lot, but I have Fortnite. And every month they give me 1,000 V-Bucks or whatever it is, and I can use that and give that to my son. I can give him stuff because they're giving me free V-Bucks.
Why not have shark cards every month that Netflix gives you to using Grand Theft Auto for having the highest tier? What would be the difference?
They could do whatever. You know, they give you a discount, you know, whatever. Buy the shark cards through Netflix. I don't know. I'm just throwing shit. I think it's very plausible.
But it's not throwing shit, because what would be the benefit? You have to find the connection, and that would be a good connection, right? To get people who have Netflix subscriptions to get to the higher tier because you don't want to pay for online for GTA. That sounds plausible. That sounds plausible. Because
there is an overlap of gamers and moviegoers, right?
Absolutely.
And people that are like, I haven't played games in a really long time, but Grand Theft Auto is getting them back into games, right? There's people that haven't played games in years. They'll go back and play Grand Theft Auto because they love Grand Theft Auto. Now they're like, Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out. Now, Netflix, I have Netflix. I pay for the highest tier, and I get free shit in Grand Theft Auto. Oh, that's a win, right? And same vice versa if it's the opposite way, where if you pay for the service of Grand Theft Auto over here, monthly subscription, you get a Netflix account that you can go watch movies as well.
But what's the kickback to Rockstar if you're... So Netflix would have to do a kickback to Rockstar.
They both give a kickback to each other, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I think the multi-deal is. I think there's multiple deals, not multiple things for like showing off Grand Theft Auto. I think there's multiple deals, like they're showing the trailer, and they also have another deal in the background, which could be the service. Again, I'm not saying this is factual.
Well, or maybe
I'm saying this is plausible.
Or wait. Well, if Netflix, if you have the highest tier of Netflix and you get to have GTA Plus or GTA Online included, then it would be okay for Netflix to sell shark cards through their service to using Grand Theft Auto. There's
100%.
There's the kickback.
Yeah, 100% they could do that. And it's all digital anyway. I mean, you wouldn't really need to buy it through Netflix because you could just buy a digital card in the game itself.
Right, but Netflix might give you a deal.
Sure, you could do that as well. Chopper Eric says Netflix is relaunching its games part. When you're paying for the highest tier of the service, you get GTA $600 edition for free to stream. Look, we talked about streaming last week, about maybe they do cloud gaming down the road, right? It's plausible. They have a deal where they did the 3 games on Netflix, right? So that is plausible. I think all of these are plausible. Netflix, Krupsy says Netflix is starting to make deals with YouTubers. GTA 6 trailer 1 was all about viral moments. What if viral moments, what happens in GTA 6 lands on Netflix? Perhaps.
Yeah. That's also plausible.
Well, we actually also said this last week. I said, what if you can watch Netflix inside of Grand Theft Auto? Like you go to your house and you turn on the television set inside there.
But I prefer the spoof stuff. I think it's hilarious.
No, I understand that. But if I can go into my house, have people come over my house in game. Because remember, you could watch the television set like you see yourself on the couch.
Yeah,
and then
I get that,
it,
but this is on the same level as filling up a car with gas. Like, why would I watch Netflix inside Grand Theft Auto?
There are people that just hang out in the worlds. Remember Second Life. Remember people would watch full-length feature films in Second Life.
No, you're right.
Right?
You're
so
right.
what about if I can go buy the house and then all of a sudden on the thing I can type in my Netflix account within the game itself, and now virtually you're sitting in my living room and we're watching Netflix inside of Grand Theft Auto. I'm saying it could be plausible. I know there's a lot of loopholes there because you'll be like, how do people stream it? Stuff like that. They would have to hunker down on people like on stream if they're in the house watching Netflix and they don't have a Netflix account, but they're in someone else's house watching Netflix. I get all that. I'm just putting this out there. Okay. Just put it out there.
But that'd be like real life. If I don't have Netflix and I'm over your house watching Netflix, that would be okay.
Right, but now you're doing it digitally through the
Hubby says that would be for RP servers. 100% that would be for RP. Another reason to do an RP server.
Well, we know they're doing RP servers. That they're going to make a shit ton of money on the RP servers. They're going to charge you to do RP serving. I guarantee you that. Yeah, people watch movies in Fortnite. Yeah, I think everything I'm saying is 100% plausible. Make sure you guys clip this, and when it all happens, send them over to GXG. Okay. Jesse Mack says Netflix has cloud gaming already. Once GTA 6 came out, big boom for streaming platforms that Netflix ever made before, since they killed blockbuster movies. Look, you know where I stand on Jesse Mack on cloud gaming. I know everyone thinks, but if Strauss Zelnick himself says within 3 years they want to do, they think it's going to be a major player. I mean, I've said it 2.5 years before that. So here we are. We're moving into my 6-7 year range thing. So I think it's all plausible. All right, let's go to. You already got the Stop Killing Games. One more thing with there's a lot. I don't think we'll talk about the whatever the Star Citizen. So here it says Take-Two may be entering a brand new AAA field, Sarge, after GTA 6 reports say. So Take-Two, subsidiary 2K Games, has established a new AAA studio that could be working on a soccer game to rival EA Sports FC. 2K Games is already a household name in sports and video games and renowned licensed IP like NBA, WWE, NHL under its belt, but it has yet to enter the soccer simulation, which is the biggest sport in the world, right? A gap in the sports portfolio could be soon to be a thing in the past. So for years, the two major franchises in soccer video games have been EA Sports FC, and formerly known as FIFA, and Konami's Pro Soccer Evolution, now rebranded as eFootball. Okay. Meanwhile, both IPs have faced heavy criticism in the recent years for the lack of innovation and persistence performance issue. EA Sports FC 26, for example, has mixed user reviews. EA Football has also received similar reception despite going free to play. Now Take-Two's 2K Games might be preparing to overtake the competition like the top players are struggling. So there you go. So they might be putting their hat into the soccer arena. I think this is going to be very huge for Take-Two and Strauss Zelnick because, again, it's the biggest sport. And now you're coming from the company that's just now putting Rockstar Grand Theft Auto 6 out. And people be like, they made Grand Theft Auto. Let's check out what other stuff they have. So I think a lot of people, even though it's not from Rockstar itself, it's from Take-Two. I think what's going to happen here, if this game comes out and gets rave reviews, right? People just love what's happening in Grand Theft Auto 6. This is going to lift all the other type of games that Take-Two is coming out with because people will be like, oh, I want to try that. Let me try that. Let me see what else Take-Two's got. It's gonna bring, what's it called? It just bringing more people into the ecosystem of Take-Two games. What do you think about the soccer?
I mean, I'm always in favor of competition, period. I don't want EA and FIFA to have everything. I know they're not using the real players anymore. They got off that, but still the same thing is I don't want any more exclusives at all when it comes to sports games. I think anybody who wants to throw their hat in the ring and make a sports game, they should. More competition breeds more innovation, and I'm tired of seeing the same bullshit. And I'll be honest with you, I don't play sports games because of the whole fantasy team stuff, the card.
Yeah, I haven't played them in years.
The card packs, like I'm not into that stuff. Like the game, the only reason why the game is popular is because of that, and the fact that they've got people underneath the spell that they have to buy the same game every year, and then buy the same cards they had for the last one in order to keep playing is just madness to me.
Mr. G says 2K sports games were always better. I love my favorite football game was ESPN 2K. Yeah, with Chris Berman doing the halftime shows and doing the highlights and stuff.
Do you still have that game?
Yeah, I still have it.
I think that's like one of. I don't even play sports games back then. I thought that was like one of the best best football sports games at the time.
Stubby says that's also true. 2K always made good games, so I would welcome this, but it would also come down with 2K monetization abuse. Unfortunately, of course.
100%.
Company up here said I don't think 30 realized what he said. Zelnick Take-Two CEO said streaming in 3 years, and he says this a few days after the Netflix GTA announced. Surely those aren't linked. I mean, they're 100% linked. Hence why. Look,
I think somebody in chat said it a while ago. I don't remember who it was, but I definitely think that GTA 6 is like a definite step in the direction of Ready Player One.
Yeah, I've said this a couple weeks ago.
The combination of streaming RP in your own world, it's starting to get there.
Facebook and Epic have been trying to make this meta, and Rockstar's going to come in, and the online, once it launches, will be the meta, where basically you're living in that world. Yeah, you're existing in that world and doing stuff. Hence why if the gas thing is for the online and not the actual single player game, that could make more sense, right?
Yeah, maybe
because now you're driving around, you have to gas up your car, you're in the like you're living in a world. So they want
it's gonna be nuts, bro. But then you have to start putting in the Sims mentality, like, what am I doing for money? Because it's supposed to be a criminal world. The whole fantasy is I want to be a criminal and not really go to jail. That's what Grand Theft Auto is. Every criminal endeavor,
right, it's a fantasy,
a fantasy criminal lifestyle. That's what it is. So if you start putting the Sims inside it, then how does that work? Right. Every female in there is going to be a prostitute or some kind of stripper. You know what I mean? Like, no one's going for lawyer. Like, what are you?
I want to be a doctor.
Yeah, I joined the RP server because I wanted to be a lawyer. To do what? No one goes to jail. No one goes to jail in GTA 6.
In role playing, you do. They send people to jail and stuff like that. Yeah.
In role playing, they do.
Yeah. I'm interested to see what happens in the role playing.
Did you know if you get busted with your car gets impounded? You have to go get it out of the impound
yard. In the
RP?
RP?
No, in the regular game.
Oh yeah. It puts it in an impound. You have to go get it out of the impound. Yeah. In Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah, in 5.
Yeah.
So I could just say that just continues on.
You know, you have to buy the siphon kit, Eric, to siphon the gas out of other people's cars. And there'll be a game mechanic where you have to do this, and you have to suck it out, and it's gonna be a little meter that you have to like do it. But what you really do is you pay a stripper to come over and do it for you because never mind. All right.
How much do you think the chances are that there's a spoof of OnlyFans inside GTA 6?
Wait, say that again.
How much do you want to bet that inside GTA 6 is a spoof site of OnlyFans?
Oh, 100%.
Right? Because that's the new thing.
They're going to double down and triple down on content creators, influencers, OnlyFan type of stuff. They're going to they should. This is what Rockstar should do. Make fun of fucking everybody and make it fun. But we'll see.
We'll see.
All right, let's put up the banner for Q&A. If you guys have a question, that's the question. If you have a question, we have a couple of little stories here that we're going to talk about before we take any questions. So you guys can put it in. Sarge, if you could help me out and just mark the cues when they come in so we can put it in. We got War Dogs, Sarge. War Dogs talked about a FPS. Okay, there's two things here. They're talking about, first, there's no skill-based matchmaking. Okay, for War Dogs, and zero aggression-based matchmaking. Okay, so there's always a bigger fish and always a little fish with skill-based matchmaking. Sometimes you get to be the big fish. Finally, an FPS studio that gets it. Okay, are you excited about this, Sarge? That there is no skill-based matchmaking in War Dogs? It's just a bunch of people playing a game, and sometimes you're going to find the guy who's more.
Yeah, I don't know about excited, but I will say that I think that when this game does well, if it does well, I think that EA copies the things from War Dogs to put it in the next game.
Another thing Bulkhead's doing is that they've announced that they're doing a first-person shooter show where they've announced that they've taken all the people that are making first-person shooters, and they're bringing them into one like show. There's no award people coming on stage or anything like that. They're just coming in.
It's just first-person shooter people talking.
First-person shooter people talking about their first-person shooter games, and they're just showing them off. Okay, what do you think about this?
I mean, I think it would show the appeal to the genre, and so you would get a better defined market for the people that are involved. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
where
100%.
they say that there's so many people that are playing these games, but by the number of people who watch the show who are interested in first person shooters would give you a greater detailed level of who
you know what your player base is,
what your market is.
Yeah, 100%. I think this is very smart. Now it all depends on what they do. Now they were talking about the marketing and they went to try to do, and they didn't say this out loud, but Gamescom is the one coming up next for the like a show type of stuff. And they said it was 330,000 or 360,000 for a 60-second spot. And they're like, we're not spending that much money on a 60-second spot. So they decided to start this instead. And other people, now they're not charging, right? Bulkhead's not charging. They're doing this themselves. And then they bring in all the other guys that are also doing first-person shooters. I think this is much better because if you're watching the Video Game Awards show or you're watching E3 or Summer Game Fest and whatnot, right? You can show a first-person shooter game in there. And if 200 million people watch it, you don't know who's interested in what. But now if you take all the first-person shooters and put them in one thing, you know exactly what those people are wanting. They want to know information about first-person shooters, right? So if 10 million people watch, you know that's the clientele that you're interested in, right? If 100,000 people watch, you know what your clientele is. So I think this is very smart on their part because you don't need the big award shows. You don't need all these other companies to pay money to see what your clientele is. You can just ask your clientele. You can just put a trailer out, right? They have 1 million wish list guys right now. That people that wish list the game that comes out tomorrow, by the way. Okay, wish list 1 million people. They know their clientele. 1 million people are coming out to try this game out. And now if they show the first person shooter games, they'll be like, okay, got 1 million, got 2 million, got 5 million. So now Tarkov and Marathon and all these other people know that, okay, these are the people. How do we get these people? How do we get these people to try our game? What are we doing? This is the clientele. I think it's very smart. We'll see what happens with it though.
Well, because at least the questions and the ideas will be directed towards what they're looking for in a first person shooter, and you'll get the conversation started.
Yeah, and then it's just the community inside of the comment section and stuff like that is everyone that's excited about first-person shooters. Columbia House, Sarge. I remember Columbia House.
Well, this is how I learned about credit.
At Columbia House,
I got trapped. I got trapped in this.
Announced end of mail order music club. I didn't even know they were around. The company has been around since 1955. Columbia House will stop accepting new orders after September 15th, 2026. But exciting consumers can still purchase books. Right? Mail order club launched at 1955 and once had 16 million members with 1.4 billion of annual revenue in its peak. And the rise of streaming services contributed to the decline of Columbia House, which now operates under Sony Music Entertainment. Oh, of course, it's still there, right? Because Sony owns them. I didn't know that. I didn't even know they were still around.
My problem with the get 9 for a penny and get 1 for free, you had to buy 6 in 3 months, but the 6 you had to buy in 3 months, none of them were ever good.
No, they were shit.
And then I would forget a payment. I would get trapped in some kind of collection thing forever. That's how I learned about credit was Columbia House.
Really?
Yeah, that's how I fucked up my credit originally, and that's how I learned about credit. I did make out like a bandit though, because I figured out how to circumvent the mail system, like when to send something back and how you say you didn't get one around. You didn't get one at the time, and go back and forth. That's how I ended up with like most of my CD collection. I had I think maybe I had like 50 or 60 CDs. Just from
I never signed up for any of that shit.
How could you pass up 10 for a penny?
It was real easy. Yeah, it was real easy. Next and last story we're going to talk about, and then we'll go to Q&A, is PlayStation co-op spinoff Horizon Hunters Gathering is reportedly being overhauled after poor testing feedback. Now, I talked about this in the morning show, Sarge. We saw this back in February.
Was that crazy looking character that we looked at and we were like, was not going to make it? Just
the fat diabetic with the peg leg?
Yeah.
So we saw this in February, and we saw the trailer of what they showed, and we went like pretty much everybody that saw was like, yeah, that's not it. That's not going to make it, right? And then it was like, you're a hater. You're just hating. How you didn't even play the game? How do you know if it sucks or not?
Because I've been alive long enough.
And then people played it, and they're like, this sucks. So
Yeah,
it sucks
we
so
know.
much
We know.
that Jason Schreier has now announced that Horizon is announced in February, or I'm sorry, new Bloomberg report, however, suggests that the game has not been performing very well in the private testing, and plans are now underway to overhaul it, particularly with regards to its live service features. According to a source familiar with PlayStation plans, the game's live service component is now being stripped out completely, with plans to turn it into a more traditional co-op multiplayer game with a story mode and smaller scope. You know, it's crazy what your eyes can do, huh?
It sounds amazing, but they've already spent too long on it, and it's costing too much.
Or did they not spend enough time on it?
Right. That's part of the issue. Right.
That's the real issue,
That's part of the issue.
Well, did they spend enough time or not enough time?
No, what I'm saying is you spent all the time up to now with the play testing for the way you wanted it to be live service, and now you have to strip it out. So now
right, which means it takes the whole base of what the game was built off of.
Correct, and now you have to rebuild.
Right, rework the entire thing.
Cost more, and how's it going to make its money back? It's the same story over and over again.
I just think it's baffling to me. They're like, we have all these IPs. Let's make another Horizon game. Let's do a spin-off of a Horizon game. Let's make an MMO of a Horizon game. It's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Mr. Z says Luke Stevens said that the hardcore Horizon fans played minutes of the game and deleted it. They seem pretty off the mark. But why? How come they didn't know by just looking at it? We all looked at it and was like, yeah, that doesn't look good. Krebsy says, it baffles me that Bungie told Naughty Dog 3 years ago not to become a live service, for Guerrilla to enter the live service. Like, why is this not vaulted when Factions got canned? It doesn't make sense. Nobody can understand. No one can break it down. Nobody understands. Nobody at nobody at Sony can anyway.
You must be getting some hell of a write-off for tax purposes to spend this kind of money and flush it down the toilet and not succeed with these live service games. I don't understand what their tax lawyer does, but it must be phenomenal returns to piss away that much money and then just to write it off. It has to be. I don't see how a credible business would repeat the same mistake over and over again and still be solvent. I don't get it. That's a lot of money burning, man. That's a lot of money.
That's a good question, Ron. That's a good question, right? If a game didn't have the Horizon name on it, would it be more acceptable? Maybe if they didn't have anything to do with the AAA title and the first party title, and just someone, if this is an independent developer and they came out and said, this is called Hunter the Gathering, not Horizon, right? Maybe. Because if it was an independent company, but now it's a spin-off of a game that they just keep spinning off stuff of this franchise, maybe it would. But it still doesn't look good, let's be honest. Regardless of what the title is and what it is, like you just look at it and you're like, yeah, it doesn't look good. Get rid of the diabetes check. Everyone's skinny except her. That means she's eating all everyone's food at this.
She looks so bad.
All right. We've got questions. I'll keep it up for a little bit. If you guys have questions, let's get to Q&A. All right, the first one. Krebsy says, does Zelnick hire Hawkeye or Black Widow to deal with the leakers? I don't think you got to go that far. I mean, it would be interesting though. Like he calls the hit out on him. Bobby Kotick would do it. I don't know if Strauss Zelnick would do it.
I mean, it would be an accident. It would be an accident, right?
I think though, if he did come down to it, he would call Black Widow. I think
it would be an accident.
Yeah,
it would be a heart attack or a stroke.
Next question is: with GTA 6 out in the wild, does Rockstar push up the release date because 90 days till November 19th? That's 90 days of the game being in the wild. I think they keep it where it is. Obviously, if the leaks come out, they just keep knocking them down. If it starts to spoil the story and stuff like that, I'll be honest, I don't think people care.
Well, they're gonna have to release the footage under something else besides GTA. You know what I mean? They have to release it out to where it's not found right away.
The internet will do its thing, right? If someone puts it out and says GTA 6 ending, 10,000 other people will just record their screen, and now you have multiple copies out there, and they'll just keep doing it over and over and over. You know what I'm saying?
No, what I'm saying is, I understand they're pulling them down right away, but in order to keep up, because now they're vigilant. As soon as something comes up, they're popping it off. So what I'm saying is, you'd have to release it under different names in the files, so you wouldn't be able to look it up immediately. So it would stay a little bit, so people would pick it up on it. You know what I mean? You don't understand? If it's labeled under GTA anything, it'd be nuked from orbit. It's not even going to be allowed to be on the screen.
Yeah, I think the date's the date. I think the date's the date. I don't think they move it. If anything, maybe they delay it. I mean, there's actually people asking for him to delay it again. I'm like,
why?
Why? Yeah, I don't know why. Doesn't make sense.
Zelnick says it's coming out. That's it. That's the end.
He looked directly in the camera. He's like, November 19th.
Right. He looked directly at the camera.
He looked directly at the camera, and he made a little, like, that was a shot fired to the developers going, we ain't delaying anymore. We had 18 months. It's coming out. Like it or not, we'll fix it later, bitches.
Right. That's what it.
That's what I got from that. That's not what he said, though. Krebsy says, do you think the GTA 6 leak will delay GTA 6 online months since code is now out in public, aka cheating tool can be developed?
I think it's already going to be postponed from its release date. My guess is
just the online point.
No, I'm saying about a month. I'm thinking about a month or two before they release it, because just like the travesty happened the first time around when GTA 5 released, it wasn't ready. No one could play it.
Yeah, but no one leaked it then.
No, it's not about leaks, but it's about stability. Does it work? So if they know it's not stable, they'll delay it for the 2 months. Listen, the game's going to come out, and if however long the game they think it's going to be able to play, like if you think it's going to take a normal person, not a gamer, if you think a normal person is going to take about a couple weeks, 3 weeks to finish the game if they played under normal circumstances, then I don't think online's coming out for about a month, maybe even 2 months before online comes out.
Yeah, I'm going to say January, February was when the online comes out.
To give everyone a chance to finish the game.
Well, even that, and they're going to get a holiday break, and then they go off, and they don't want anything breaking when they're gone.
Right. You're not going to release. You're not releasing online before the holiday break.
To answer the question, though, do I think they delay because if the code gets out? It's hard to say, because obviously the story is developing as it goes. As of right now, no, I don't think they delay it. But if the code gets out and people can start hacking stuff, and we know about that outright, and they're like, yeah, the code's out, and people are, then yes, they would delay it. But as of right now, that's not the scenario. So I'm going to say no. But that obviously that could change. Krebsy says, has the anti-woke crowd overcorrected and became what they hate? Went from everything being woke 3 to 4 years ago to everything being called woke.
It's not overcorrected. It's corrected. The system is correcting itself.
Yeah, but I still think there's people. Look, I hate to compare it to this, but it is like cancer, right? Like when a cancer's in your body and you think you've got rid of it all, and then you go back for another checkup and they're like, we still got a little bit left in there, right? It's super hard to get that out. And for what we know from all the stuff that's happened from all these other studios of the wokeness that's inside of it, there are just bad writers that have different agendas and stuff like that in there, which is still hurting the business, right? I'm not going to say they're like sleeper cells or anything like that inside the system. There are people that are hired that are in a position that still haven't been released because of whatever reason, right? Maybe they're still good at what they do, but not great enough to do this.
They're not writers. They're activists. That's the difference.
Yes. So I don't think they overcorrected. I think the correction is happening, but it's super hard to get rid of all of it. Now, are there people that talk about it that don't understand what woke is, and they think that because there's a girl in it, it is woke?
It's not because there's a girl in it.
No, I understand that, but there's a lot of people that don't understand what woke is.
No, I get it.
They see that, and they it's woke. Like, so what game were we playing last week when someone came in? Oh, I was playing Restory, the little the little mechanic game where you're fixing phones and shit. Someone comes in and goes, "What is this woke shit?" Like all you saw was me working on a phone and an Atari or something. It's like, how is this woke in any way, shape, or form? It didn't make sense. But obviously, I think there's more bad actors out there that just repeat shit than actually know what the fuck they're talking about.
Well, let's put it this way:
there is still woke stuff out there for sure.
under normal circumstances. If you're a kind of person that's activist in that area, and you see that everybody's getting fired, everybody's getting removed,
right? There's something wrong there.
So either you're going to stay quiet, or you're going to be the next one to lose.
Right. If there's smoke, there's fire, and there was fire.
Right. So I think that the firings that have happened are not because let's just cut it to the chase. The firings that are happening are not because those people were woke. It's because those people didn't sell a product that made the business money, period. You happen to be woke, right, and you got fired.
Right.
That's the different story. You were not fired because you were woke.
Yeah.
You were fired because you lost the company money. What you made didn't sell. That's why you were fired. You just happened to be woke. That's the difference. So now you're going to have people that are going to say, well, I can be an activist or I can make the company money. Which one is it?
Right.
And if I find out that I don't make the company money, then I'm next to leave, then maybe I won't be an activist. Maybe I'll just be a developer.
Right. Right. Just make a game, sell a game.
So we're going to find out.
Sneak stuff in there and preach.
And this is why I don't shed any more tears for people who lose their job. The people I shed a tear for are the ones where your company sold a bunch of stuff and you got fired. Yeah. That tells me the system is broken, because the ones that did get fired and they did well, the CEOs got all the bonuses. That's the part that pisses me off.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the part that pisses me off.
Krabby says, is Herman Holtz still at PlayStation by the end of 2027? I don't think so. I think in the near future
they're looking now.
Yeah, in the near future we're going to hear something. Someone gets promoted.
He's not getting fired. He's stepping down.
Yeah, it's been a great run. I love everyone here.
Yeah, he's stepping down.
Yep. We'll see what happens with that. I mean, they just need a hit. Maybe he stays a little longer. But I don't think
they need more than one hit.
Jesse Mack says, and how long do you think Marathon is running for, since Sony is shitty, no problem layoffs, more people from other sectors? I've said that Marathon lasts a year. I stand by what I said before it even came out. I said it stays out for a year because Sony needs it out for a year, at least a year, because they got nothing in the pipeline. They need other gatherings. Was something out? Fair Games was supposed to be out. These games are gonna die on the vine. Fair Games is gonna flunk, fail out. Hunter Gathering is now postponed or whatever, and they're changing it up, and it's no longer a live service game. So they're like, we got to keep Marathon. And to be honest, I understand the business sense of it, because it probably doesn't cost as much, obviously, as what Destiny did. But you have to have something else in the pipeline, and they're just waiting. They're waiting for time. They're like, please, somebody come out with something, right? This is why I think they're more. If GTA Online comes out, third party, by the way, it will save Sony's ass, because if Grand Theft Auto Online launches in February and everyone's playing Grand Theft Auto on PlayStation, and they're playing that live service game aspect of it, and it's not theirs, but they're still on the PlayStation, they're still spending money, they're still making the stuff, that they're like, whoo, all right, we could get rid of Marathon, we can still work. It gives them extra breathing room. Yeah. Yeah. You got anything to add to that, Sarge?
No. That's pretty much on the money on that one.
Altered says, will you be playing more GTA Online on stream? Yeah, we'll play, because it's, if anything, it's either frustrating or funny.
We have to do a little build up before the new game comes out.
Yeah, if you're laughing at us or crying at us or yelling at us, it's still fun to do the thing. If you're bored out of your mind watching me, fall off a mountain or swimming up, whatever. Yeah, we're gonna do more of it. And Altern says, do you think December is enough time for Sony to save Hunter's Gathering? No, there's not enough time. That game is done, because it was built as a live service game, and now they're stripping out the live service game, but the foundation was live service and then game on top. They're taking this part out, so now there is no foundation of the game, and now they have to try to rework everything to make it work.
Too much money. Won't make his money back.
It'll come out, people buy it, it'll die off in like a month, and then it'll be gone. That's it. People are like, oh, it's a pretty good game. There'll be articles written about it. Sony was, oh, it's such a shame that it's not. Now, it should have been a live service game.
It was a hidden gem that people forgot about, overshadowed by Rockstar's Titan title.
Yeah, it's not gonna. Let's see. Yes, that's exactly what it'll be, Jones. He's stepping down to spend more time with his family. It's been a good run. Yep. All right. It'll become like Gotham Knights. I think it's worse than Gotham Knights, I'll be honest with you. All right. That is episode 501 in the can for GenerationXGaming, the weekly podcast that goes over a few of the top stories from the past week, and we rant along the way. If you guys like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member. If you want to help us out, you can also go download the songs that we have. You can listen to them, you can stream them, you can purchase them. Like Sony, we're digital. And then also you can get a apparel, physical stuff. You can get a mug, you can get a shirt, you can get a hat. It all helps us here. We appreciate you very much. It's not necessary, but if you'd like to go above and beyond, you can do that. You guys have a great rest of your day, evening, or night. I'll probably stream tomorrow from War Dogs, considering War Dogs NDA is lifted and we are allowed to stream it. So sometime tomorrow, I will go live playing War Dogs, probably in the morning, because family's coming in afterwards. So you guys have a great rest of your day, evening, or night, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.
Game on, guys.
Retro meets the now and here. Gaming tales you need to hear. Laugh and shout and sometimes sneer. Memories from all those years. Console wars and secret tips. Tips and tricks from pixel trips. News that pours from gaming sips. Critical minds and chaos.